It's
Man, I didn't press anything. It did it on its
no way
own.
that.
It's so annoying. I had that all sorted and everything's great. I mean,
You're never beating
Can we roll the
At least
intro
there was a
again?
mute.
Can we roll the intro again? I'm only joking. Hello, friends, and welcome.
I can
to
tell because we can see your little lights on your mic.
Episode 223 of the DayOne show is here. It's live. It's a podcast. It's a conversation with you and us and video game stuff. It's good to be back. Today, I am joined by the lovely Aarsal.
Hey, John. Hey, Jesse. Good to be here.
Yeah, good to have you, mate. Good to have you. Of course, Jesse's here as well.
Hello. Hey, how you doing? Oh,
Why are people booing you?
I don't know.
We're back with the best community on the internet, with the best video game website on the internet, and it's all made possible by you guys, so we love you a big lot for it. Whether you're a legacy Patreon member, a YouTube member, or a direct member on the DayOne website, you're all awesome and we love you. So big shout outs to everyone who supports us directly, especially our grand benefactors, Crowd56, Assassin, and our wonderful CEOs, Torn Raptor and Kevin S. It's been a week again.
Yeah. Holy crap.
It's been a while since we've been able to catch up with you, Aarsal. I hope you're well. How's Tricks?
I'm good.
What you been up to?
Aarsal, can you quickly tell me? I don't get to use that because Nick hasn't been here.
Right. It's going well. I have been a little bit MIA lately. I started doing a bit on the side, some video editing on like a more like professional way, which is really cool. Like, because I've been like editing videos together since like 2009, like grade 9 for like high school videos and crap like that. And so it's a lot more boring work. It's like tech videos and stuff like that. But it's really cool doing stuff like that. I said stuff like that 6 times. Overall, it's been fun playing a lot of games. And looking forward to playing Halo. Very much so. So I'm not gonna fall for the early access.
You should join us
on
on the our planned lasso run for fundraising.
Oh, you guys are doing a full lasso run?
That's the plan.
When are you planning on doing that?
We're going to do a lasso run for Halo Campaign Involved.
That's crazy.
For our Gamescom community.
That's smart. I would 100%
funding
100%
drive.
I must feel like all this money's gone. And long gone.
We should probably just.
I'm going to reset it right now.
5K.
Yeah.
Change it to 5K.
Because it makes people think, oh, they've got a bunch. It's like, no, that money's completely gone and
We've got nothing left.
Yeah.
Oh, it is stressful considering we're like a month out.
Yes, holy crap! Gamescom and
so much
Summer
stuff.
Game Fest are like right next to each other. Like,
yeah, well, they're 3 months apart, but yes, also
that feels
right
pretty
next
close.
to each other.
Yeah, well, they are 3 months.
It's crazy how quickly when you break the year down into events.
Yeah,
like my year went January, February, off to DICE.
New goal started.
Nice, and then March was GDC, and then April, and then it was June, and then and it when you do that, it's like, oh god, it's the year's almost over, and there's so much that's happened. But yes, we are trying to fund ourselves to get us to Gamescom in a way that we can actually do it and survive and afford things.
It's the how could you not know if you're going this point? It's like the things are set, but to actually be able to pay the bills once they come is very scary.
Yes. That's the scary part.
But I think we can say right now, holy shit, is there a lot of stuff at Gamescom. The amount of invites we have gotten already this year is crazy.
Yeah, the calendar is bonkers. And some of the stuff is like, oh shit. You know, like I've been privy to some stuff, some surprises that aren't known
Half-Life
yet.
3. Oh, no.
Ooh, there goes that one.
Oh, sorry, I'm not insider gaming. Got him.
Mike Straw right now.
He's pressing the mustache.
Yeah, there's a lot, and so we do want to be focused, and we're really lucky because Cengiz is joining us.
Yes, I'm so excited to see him
which
again.
is great.
Oh my god,
we've never met. in IRL. Have you met Cengiz?
I met him. I went to Chicago once, and
Is he a
I
fellow
was
Short
actually the
King?
first member of the team I met. Yes. He's I don't know why I haven't met him again. Like I've been to Chicago a couple times since. Oh,
Obviously, didn't like him.
Well,
oh man.
I love it. I love that he's coming.
Yeah, maybe I'll
and,
finally
you know,
give him the Gamescom merch he wanted that I got for him 2 years ago that I haven't shipped over because I keep forgetting.
because you're you.
Hey, John,
Um,
just noticing your camera's very right-centered today. You need to move it just a smidge to
Me or
the
John?
left/your right, John.
Okay.
Because if you just look at John, he's not in the middle of his camera. That's fine.
Oh yeah.
okay,
yeah.
there you
how's
go.
that?
Good.
I'm here for you, baby.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot
It's
of
limited-
people there.
Go on.
You know, it kind of makes me think like in Summer Game Fest, I don't know how many, I wasn't keeping track, but a lot of studios hired local firms and PR to represent showing their games, which makes me think they didn't want to come all the way. You know what I mean? To LA during current
Yep.
political climates, which makes perfect sense. Gamescom, Germany, a lot more neutral, and suddenly everyone's there.
I think
And
like
it's a lot bigger.
it's
Oh yeah, it is
it's
a lot
the
bigger,
better
of course.
show. Like it is 100% the better show. Like I like SGF, but it is very much catered towards the based in the West Coast crowd.
And it is shoved in the middle of an area that it is not built for. The Kolmessa is very much built for this, whereas SGF is in this ramshackle, but better and better until this year when Nintendo ruined our nice media lounge area setup of like just disparate buildings and a bunch of tents put around them. They do good with what they have, and 47's amazing, and 8-bit I think it was the ones mainly running it, but yeah, it's not the same as having 11 aircraft hangars of space to fill out.
No, I love going to Gamescom. It's my favorite trip of the year. And this year looks to be absolutely fantastic. Plus, lots of I've seen a lot of US folks that we know going. I think Paris Lily's going, so we get to catch up with him. I think Danny Pena's going as well. Now memory is being tickled. I think that's possible. So we'll catch up with everyone. It'll be nice.
I've been trying to get Grub to go, but it's a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, Giant Bomb can afford it better than we can, right?
They could have. They afforded it when they were under fandom, but I don't know if they'll be there this year or not.
It's a shame. Every big outlet should be there, but
I think people might have like certain standards of like travel and stuff like that too, and like
what like
next.
No, it's in like a decent.
I'm only
hotel,
flying,
or like
I'm
how
only
far away
flying
you are,
business
and like
class.
not necessarily business class, but like like very limited layovers and no long flights, stuff like that.
Oh, I'm
Stuff
only
where when
going
you-
with a direct. I would not have gone if I had to do layovers again.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
I can imagine.
That's fair. I travel like a friggin' broke person whenever I travel, so
It wasn't. I didn't have check bags. I didn't have anything. I just had a backpack, but it didn't matter because of the 4.5 hours it took to get through line at Frankfurt Airport. I was there 5 hours early, and it took 4.5 hours to get through. The 4 hours to get through the line, and another 45 minutes to get through 2 checkpoints for customs and board my flight on the last call.
That's
Wouldn't it be
nuts. I've
also
never
went through
spent
there.
every time I've
No.
gone to an airport, I go through security in about 20 minutes.
It was
and
only
drives me
because
nuts.
the phone app for whatever the hell it is, the phone
Convoy?
app did not give me the boarding pass, so I had to wait in line to get a boarding pass.
Oh, that sucks.
And I kept telling them,
Wow.
I just need the
Front
pass.
desk.
I'm not checking anything in. Can I just get my boarding pass? And finally, when they're like, "Oh, that plane's about to leave," they took me through.
It's messed up.
Yeah.
Nick is in the chat
Hmm.
talking about can't wait to come back home, which makes sense. A month is a very long time to be.
I couldn't go on holiday for more than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like I'd get bored.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, all right, cool. Get me out of here. I'll miss my creature comforts. My brother's on holiday at the moment in Mallorca,
Nice.
right? And he messaged me today. He was like, hey, bro, do you want to come on holiday with me and the fam in 2028? And I'm like, it's 2 years away, bro. What are you talking about? I'm not thinking about anything
Yeah.
that far away.
Dude, some
right
people
now.
are like that. Like, I gotta like schedule a meeting to hang out with a friend I've known 10 years, a year in advance. Like, what is going on?
Yeah,
Ugh,
that's
swear.
not the one.
They reminded me of that
yeah,
the water in Majorca British commercial that I've seen before.
I've never seen that, but it sounds
Wow.
great.
It was a
and accurate.
Heineken commercial.
Yeah. Okay. I don't watch much TV with adverts, to be fair. So
I wish I could get this. I'm going to listen to it. You guys go
Okay.
ahead.
while you do that, There is a lot to talk about, but not as much as you might think. It's been a crazy month in video games, really. We've gone from showcase to mass layoffs to studios being sold or palmed off or returning to independence or gutted to big updates and all of that jazz. We're going to get into all of it.
Yeah.
But before we do that, of course, we have to acknowledge the wonderful chat that's online. Hello to everybody. If you're listening at home after the fact, you're not watching with us live, we still love you. Let us know where you're watching. You're watching us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, some other podcast app. Are you watching on YouTube after the fact? Drop a comment. Let us know. Leave a review if you're on a podcast app. But just know that we appreciate you. But before we get into any news...
And I found it, so I'm going to cut you off. The water in Majorca don't taste like what it oughta, is the commercial from classic British TV on YouTube. I present it to you.
Thank.
There you go.
What have we been playing, bruv? What have we been playing? I think that's what we've got to segue into nicely. I guess that'll see us there. What have we been playing? Let's talk about some video games. Aarsal, you've not been here for a while. What video games have you been playing?
Okay, friggin' dynamic Mike, screw you. I sadly did not finish my paragraph in time for the thing, but I have been playing a couple things. One, I played a lot of Abysses, like a lot. It's the roguelike game on Game Pass currently, and it's like it takes a little while to get going, but when it does, the formula is really nice. I highly recommend anyone looking for like kind of like completely random, just something to play that you don't know what it is. Pick that up, give it a shot, find your second gun.
You play it solo or co-op?
Solo. The whole thing solo.
It's insanely harder on co-op.
Really?
Yeah, they really.
I need to play it co-op.
Yeah, it's very hard on co-op. In the few times I played,
I beat the game. I think 4 or 5 times. I got to like the real phase of the last boss, but then I kind of cheesed my last 2 runs. I found this build that was just broken.
Yep. I mean, that's a lot of fun in those. Yeah.
No, like broken. I'm not even aiming anymore because it auto aims. Like it just. That was fun. But what I've really been spending my time on this last week, much to my surprise, I wasn't expecting to, is Wuthering Waves. It just came on Xbox July 10th. It's another Hoyoverse game, and I've tried Genshin, I've tried ZZZ or ZZZ.
I don't think that's Hoyoverse.
Is it not Hoyoverse? It's Kuro Games. Is it not Hoyoverse? No. That would make a lot of sense. Actually.
Kuro Games, not Hoyoverse. Kuro.
I kind of figured they were just working with friggin' Hoyoverse. No? Oh my god! Wow. I've been playing this
so
game
Hoyoverse's other one is Honkai. We haven't got Honkai Star Rail.
Honkai Star Rails is their third. That's what I'm mixing this up with. Okay. Okay, that explains a lot because I bounced off the Hoyoverse games big time. This game, honestly, the combat's pretty cool. The story's nonsense, but the exploration design is
Wuthering
really
Heights?
well done. No, and I actually read Wuthering Heights in grade 11 or grade 12 English literature class. But it's fun, combat's cool, and I ended up getting 2 really, really lucky pulls in like the gacha system, where in my very first pull I got what I wanted when normally it takes 16 or 8, and then in my very first next pull I got what I wanted when it takes another 8 or 16, which means like a ton of playing or spending real money. It's really fun. Anyone in chat listening? Wuthering Waves is on. I think I'm going to keep playing it for at least another couple months. It's pretty fun.
I heard that the port for the Xbox version wasn't
it looks like a mobile game. It looks straight up like a mobile game. I'm just kind of getting used to it. Where I'm like, oh, there's supposed to be shadows. I just kind of figured this is what the game looked like. And then I got a character that's like super flashy and explosion heavy, and yeah, the frame rate suffers every time. Not a good port. Not a good port.
Oh,
even the PlayStation port is apparently not. It feels like they made the port for the Series S, and that's it.
Why are all the characters in their underwear?
They're not actually. Wuthering Waves is surprisingly tame compared to a lot of. Wait, are you looking at the summer skins? Summer skins. I mean, it's summer, bro. Have you seen the Fortnite stuff lately?
Yeah, that's true. It's true. If I wasn't on camera, I'd be in my bikini. So it's fine.
I should make sure to keep your footage going too. But yeah, it's pretty fun. I will probably keep playing it. Yeah, this is the very beginning of the game. You can choose male or female rover. The name is stupid, but whatever. Other than that, I'm enjoying it.
Cool. What about you, Jesse? What have you been playing?
Oh God. Let me go to I had a few videos out this week. Much like John did.
Yeah. So, been doing a Jesse this week.
Starting on Monday, I had The Altar's Last Variable go live, a review on that. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I've seen some people that really did not, and I don't know who they are, but I disagree politely with them. You are playing as... Oh, man, if you played the altars and you've beaten it, you know there's one point where the scientist character can choose to stay behind because you find this really cool area called the Oasis where life can actually grow on this planet where the sun is always killing everything nonstop. And so for 12 years straight, the sun is hitting most of the planet, however this works, with the way it spins and all that. So for the main game, you are in this giant circular mobile base, which you had to keep ahead of the sun. You obviously can't do that when you are staying in one area of the planet. So instead, you have a subterranean base. It means you can't go upstairs for 12 years at a time. So you're kind of time hopping as you build a cryo chamber.
The heck?
Yeah, it's and one of the things I didn't love about the main campaign is that you had to completely rebuild your base and your whole setup for bringing resources to and from your base every time you moved. In this one, at first you have to just yoink them back into your inventory before they get blown up by the sun, or just rebuild them after. But eventually, you make the whole thing the Oasis, and you don't have to worry about that, and it just becomes this whole fun loop of figuring out what the hell the Oasis is, how does it work, and making altars of your altar. So the scientist altar then has altars off of him that are like biologists and various different things of science. And they're not like him. They are actually pretty different because of their whole quantum computer theorized reality they come from. So if you like the base game, I think this removes some of the things I found annoying in the main campaign, and is a great excuse to go back and just keep it as is. Nick, you can DM me. I'm not going to remember that in chat. So if you like the altars, that it is very much you have beat the main game. Otherwise, you have no context for anything that's going on here. So don't do it unless you beat the main game. Though you can access it even if you haven't, if you want. But I wouldn't. The other thing that I knew was going to review really well, not just because it's good, but because it's good in a very specific way, was Dench Attack. Newly added to Game Pass along with 7,000 other games. You are essentially doing Tony Hawk levels on a rail, literally, because you are a train. Though sometimes you do go off rail. You go off track and you're in like little half pipes or even full pipes. It is excellent in a lot of ways. It's a little repetitive for me over time, but it's also overwhelming with how many different mechanics they keep adding in. So if you are anyone who has any difficulty remembering all the different buttons you might have to press in a game, this one will be pretty rough. About halfway through, you're just constantly doing 10 different things with their own button combos and things to keep an eye on. But it's a series of fantastic, mostly arcade length levels of like 2 to 5 minutes. Sometimes you get ones that are like 15 or 20 minutes because they're just full of different objectives to do. And scoring is essentially there for just feeling good more than anything.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, the scoring system. So there's 3 progression systems in the game. One is getting score. Another is the time it takes you. And on levels where there's a time limit, it doesn't matter. But otherwise, it's the faster, the better. And then the final one is a series of like in-level challenges, like the Tony Hawk get the skate sign, that type of stuff.
That makes sense. It feels like it's really channeling, obviously, Jet Set Radio.
It is 1 billion% channeling the Sega Dreamcast. Like this game,
that makes sense.
In a lot of ways, probably could run on it if they just lowered the density. Because if you ever see the character models in a cutscene, not the people talking from the side, those look pretty good. But like the actual in-game character models of the people are some of the weird. They look like little paper cutout people that were rendered on a Dreamcast. It's probably intentional if I had to guess. But yeah, like the whole, you're on this, the Dench Attack is this future post-climate catastrophe Japan.
Japanese studio?
No, it's a Spanish studio.
No, really?
Yeah, from España.
Okay.
Undercoders, I believe, is the name. And it's very like anime aesthetic, but their own take on it. And I did make one line in there about how people who are too online are probably going to get mad that there are so many not Japanese characters in future Japan. But that guy got very mad at me for that. But I was right. I've seen people get mad. Excellent music. Pretty good voice acting, both English and Japanese. Like they've got full Japanese and English VO. Just really fun. And
So it sounds like, yeah, sorry.
No, I was just saying I knew it was going to hit that.
Yeah, the review scores are stupidly high, like absurdly high for this game.
It's catnip for reviewers in the way that is, because it's going to remind a lot of them of the PS2 and Dreamcast era. Which,
like for reference, it's an 89 on OpenCritic. I'm pretty sure it was a 90 when I checked earlier. Everything drops a little bit. That's absurdly high for a random game drop.
Yep, and I mean there's a ton there. I think if you want to 100% every level, because you can get up to gold and higher on each level depending on your time, on your score, on getting everything done. If you want to get all of that on every level, there's so many levels across 9 chapters that there's probably a good 30 hours for most people, I think. But you don't have to. Like I got a lot of that just to try and check everything out and really get it for the review. But if I was just playing on my own, I probably could have beat this in like 10 hours. But it does have a bit of the Titanfall 2 effect for me, where it's so intense that after an hour, I just felt done.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, this isn't bad. There's just so much here that I'm going to take a little break because it's nonstop. Like, it's incredibly fast-paced.
You need little, like, palate cleansers. Like, when I play Halo Ranked, I could only play, like, 3-4 matches in a row, then I had to stop. Like, it's just, you know.
Oh, I have to play, like, 20. Because you get locked in after like 5.
Okay, but you get like a really close game, and it's just like I can't. My hands are shaking. Like
but then you're locked in, and then when you start getting dicked on, that's when you quit.
Well, I got really good at Titanfall 2, and that game was just non-stop, never-ending sweatiness. Like, because I got really good. I was able to move way faster and better than I ever was in the first game. Like, it got to that level of the whole system, the way everything worked, and this one,
the appeal.
Well, this one gets that itch without being PvP, just because it's so fast and is relentless at introducing new mechanics. Like, most levels have their own little, or I would say the majority of levels end up having their own little gimmick that keeps things feeling good and feeling fresh. There's boss fights which are really cool. You can see one starting up now on the stream where I'm rolling away from a giant kaiju on the top of like some giant ball, and I've got it's very inventive. It's a really good game, and I only gave it an 8, but I don't like disagree with it having a high Metacritic. It's just one of those things where it's like, this is hitting the look and the feel and is everywhere. So, and like, I don't think anyone really reviewed it on Xbox. It was mostly PC because that code was out
according
earlier.
to Metacritic.
Well, because PC code was out a full 5 days before Xbox, I think. So I think a lot of people were on
sense why
there.
it's not
No,
vast majority PlayStation.
I restarted. I restarted on Xbox after being, because I was only an hour in. Actually, it was 10 days earlier on PC, but I had it 3 weeks before embargo on there. But I hadn't played it all because of all the other things that had been reviewed and talked about. But that's Dench Attack. It's on Game Pass. It's Play Anywhere. It's really fun. It's really, really good at a lot of things in a lot of cool, fun ways.
I gave it a 10. That's relatively rare. Holy crap.
Nah, they gave it a 5.
That's always a thing where there's so many 5 out of 5s mixed in that are not a 10. Like a 5 out of 5 can be a 10. A 4 out of 5 can be an 8, but it's not always. So that's why I hate that.
Sorry, by 10, I meant a perfect score. They gave it
they gave it a masterpiece. Score. Nothing's ever perfect.
No, a perfect score. Not meaning it's a perfect game. Nope. Perfect score.
Perfect score would be 11 out of 10 would be perfect.
No, that's only Spinal Tap. I need to watch that again. What about you, John? Unless you're playing more.
Jesse's got lots more.
I do, unfortunately.
Stop trying to be the host, Stu. All right, I'm watching you.
All right, okay. Okay, I won't read super chats.
Just
okay,
calm down.
For DayOne members, which I played a game called Cthulhu: The Cosmic Abyss. I played through a bit of it. It's like one of the most dense detective games I've ever played. It's like essentially trying to rebuild the the walking simulator genre, because there wasn't anything directly to do gameplay wise outside of walk or float around underwater, find things, and then try and figure out what they mean. So that is a members only stream of a surprisingly good looking game from Nacon. It is $50 on Xbox. I was playing it on PC because that's where they handed me a code. It was really good. A good start, and a thing I want to keep trying to do for members weekly, I'd imagine. IGN gave Dench Attack a 9, I believe. So keep an eye out for that for more on the DayOne. Friggin' members, playday.one/memberships. $4, no ads on the forums, no ads on the website. as once we get that all working again, post changing ad providers, and you get a bunch of members only content, and we get to exist. Other than that, the last thing for me was I streamed some of the Power Wash Simulator Star Wars DLC. I cleaned up Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru's moisture evaporator farm. It from Star Wars: A New Hope.
Before or after? It was
No, I was talking to. Well, he was sending me messages, so he wasn't a burnt husk yet.
Okay, all right. Fair enough.
So that was a lot of fun. Enjoyed it quite a bit. It's Power Wash Simulator that's got that and Adventure Time DLC. There's no music on either of them, which I imagine makes it way easier to license. It's just these places from this thing, and then their characters type text to you, so it probably keeps the cost down a little bit for them. Very fun. I think there's like 6 or it looked like there was 5 or 6 places in the Star Wars one at least. And that's what I have been playing. And we had a super chat.
We do indeed.
Ooh, from Talsetti Runner as a marathon fan there. How can
cool,
PC COD prior to Modern Warfare 19 be sold with remote code execution hacks? How's it even legal? Your entire PC can be hijacked and accessed by bad actors. Bad actors that have hijacked our Discord. Runner, mate. Listen.
He asked if he could send this and we would talk about it. I said, sure.
Let's talk about it.
I didn't say how we talk about it. I just said he could.
If you weren't aware, we're gonna deal with this before I talk about what I've been playing. PlayStation 5 got some ports of Black Ops 1 and 2, right? And they got, keep me honest here, they got new servers.
Yeah, they are new servers because there's no crossplay in that game. So every platform, including like Xbox on PC, has its own servers that don't go to Steam or anything. So you probably play with like 3 people.
Yeah. But regardless, the originals are broken and hacked and absolutely balked. And we have raised this multiple times with Activision and our contacts there. We have asked the question, okay, cool, you did these native PS5 ports. Is Xbox going to get some native ports? Is Xbox going to get their servers fixed? Is anything going to happen? Because you're selling these games. And to Runner's point here, yes, they are so busted that it really shouldn't be sold on Steam.
Like, really shouldn't. Holy crap!
It should not be.
Well, it shouldn't
sale.
be on. It's on sale on Xbox One and Xbox Series with the 360 versions, which are hacked because people can you can modify your saves and all that type of stuff. And now that the games are on sale, COD BLOPS 2 is number 5, 10, 15. It is number 16 top played in the US right now. And it's always, it has been between 20 and 40 for years. Like it's always in the top played, even though it has these hacks. So it's on sale for $19 and the DLC is on sale for just under 10. And you are running a risk with your account if you play it.
Yeah.
And that's any Call of Duty game before Modern Warfare 2019.
So Microsoft or anyone at Activision or anyone at Call of Duty Studios, if you're listening, this shouldn't be the case. And as the owners of the franchise and the games, you should probably do something about that. And it blows my mind that every time we've asked, all we've got is we've got nothing we can say about
I'm
that
4 years into asking.
Are these ports better on PlayStation? Like
they're 1080p instead
of native 1080p.
Native 1080 instead of 720, the exact same otherwise.
Yeah,
and they don't have the mode where you could gamble Microsoft points.
Yeah,
interesting. Okay, and they don't have auto HDR. Obviously, that's an Xbox feature. So the ports are kind of similar to.
They're
just
terrible
the
ports, but they're selling like crazy. Supposedly over 5 million copies.
That's
on PlayStation.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Jeez, Call of Duty, man, get ready for Modern Warfare 4 to be a
juggernaut. People are like, how come they're not advertising it or anything? How come because they want you to play Black Ops 7 because they can keep getting money out of you there.
But yeah, Runner, in answer to your question, it shouldn't be. Like, especially if the PC version is really that bad where your entire friggin' PC can, they should be, if not sued, then, you know, like...
Well, they did
actually, sued is kind of the only route.
They just finished, remember when they put up Call of Duty WW2 from Sledgehammer up on PC Game Pass, had to take it down for a month, put it back up. It was because it had those exploits in it.
Oh, so maybe they're...
It's why a lot of those games aren't in Game Pass outside of wanting them to keep selling.
it might be the case that they're working on it and they just don't want to talk about it yet until they've got something to say. But it's been this way for a while, and it's not very promising. So fingers crossed.
They are big enough
to fix it.
and they keep selling that I don't think they'll care until
like this
somebody bigger makes it a bigger deal.
Like, let's say someone gets their whole PC hacked and loses actual sensitive data, or it's damaged in a very considerable way. They now need to sue Activision.
Well, it was
America. Welcome to America. This is the only option.
It's a thing that just happened in Brazil, where the guy sued after his account was hacked, and he was completely his whole thing banned forever. And now all of a sudden, Microsoft is like, "Oh shit, yeah! If anyone's having issues like this, just DM us on Twitter, and we'll fix it." Because the Brazilian government said, "Hey, what?
This is not okay."
I had that with an account.
Yep. A quick thing for anyone who needs support for something, literally anything. Twitter is a good place to get help. You wouldn't think so, even if your post doesn't blow up. I had my friggin' primary Gmail account be messed up, taken away from me, even though I had 2FA and MFA and everything. Ended up contacting YouTube support on Twitter, and that's what ended up helping me out. Always keep Twitter as an option when you need help for something. Just letting you guys know.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you, Rella, for the super chat. Appreciate it. In terms of what I've been playing, yes, it's been a very busy time. I've been, as jokingly as we've been saying, I've been doing a Jesse in reviewing far too many things at once.
And we can only do that normally when we're in person. And never mind.
Yeah, from hardware to video games, I have been a busy boy. So on the hardware front, you can check out a review for the Creative Stage Pro soundbar, which I've been using for the last couple of months. And look, this is a budget soundbar. This is, I think in the UK you can get it for 110 quid. So and it's designed for smaller TVs or a desktop scenario. So I have it sitting here on my desk. It's that compact. You can see pictures of it in the review on the website. This thing is fucking awesome for the price. You get a subwoofer. It's got artificial surround modes. It's got near and far. It's got music, movie, gaming modes. It's great. It's loud. It's clear. And I absolutely love it. And we're coming from like a piece of crap Amazon Basics desktop PC speakers.
Oh yeah,
this thing absolutely slaps. And honestly, for the cost, if you're looking for a soundbar to sit on your desk, or if you've got a smaller TV like a 43-inch, I think it'd be the max that I would pair this with. Worth a look. So that's the Creative Stage Pro. In video game world, I've reviewed a bunch of things. I'm going to start from the oldest. I'll start from the order on the showrunner. So first up, in a very similar vein to Dench Attack, is Kaz. This was first pointed out to me during Steam Next Fest stream by Mohammed Shrez, and I jumped into it. And this is a roguelike game that only uses your cursor keys on the keyboard. That's it. It's just for up, down, left, right. And you are basically playing digital whack-a-mole, and you have to get X number of points in the time limit and then survive the round. You'll pick a buff, and then you'll continue on as fast as you can. And it's all about speed and accuracy. And the game throws debuffs at you if you hit traps. It is chaos. And like Denture Attack, I could only play this in sort of half-hour stints. It does support a pad, but it's only on PC right now, so, but it's not as good. It's not as good on a D-pad, and I struggled to play it in the same way. I'd struggled to find the enjoyment in it in the same way on a smaller laptop keyboard where, you've got those like half-size D-pad keys.
Yeah.
Not as good. So
you need
I need the full-size cursor keys. But from a game design perspective, as a fan of really ingenious design, what a clever idea. So simple, and yet it is so addictive and moorish. Every soundtrack is fantastic. There's like 30 characters or something nuts like that. Each one of them has music and art that is unique to them. They all have a unique power-up, does different things, and it is really, really clever. The gameplay's the same, but you can pick like the one that gets you going. I ended up vibing with the bunny rabbit the most because the music was just kind of crazy. But I think it's absolutely genius. Really lovely little game. I think I would just mark it down in that you can't play it. You can't lose an afternoon to it, because it's so intense. It is so fast. It is so demanding on your eyes and hand. But I think it's really clever. So if you've got a PC, I think this would run on a potato. Worth checking out, and it's not expensive. It's like less than $10. I think it's like $7.
Holy crap!
And if
Really
you don't
clever
have a
game.
PC, the only thing you can afford to run it on is probably an actual potato.
Oh yeah, it's on sale right now too. $7 Honestly, I
There you
might
go.
pick this up. That looks really fun.
It is really fun, mate. But I've got a better game for you, and I'll talk about it in a second.
Ooh, okay, all right.
Yeah, man. Like seriously, and I've been keeping an eye on the developer, and I'll talk about it in a sec. But before that, the other game I reviewed, and I actually played this now. It's going to be a full-on month ago. I played it like 5 weeks ago. Finished it in 2 days, over the course of 2 days, like 2-3 hour sittings, which is Detopia, which is a new published game from Annapurna. This is a narrative puzzler with a cozy vibe where you play a facilitator named Shiro in Detopia, which is a settlement that is part of the Utopia project. This is set in the far-flung future. As a facilitator, we can flip around and play with the machines and fix stuff up using a variety of different logic puzzles. We have to make a bunch of decisions. And over the course of 7 in-game days, we will change the course of people's lives by making these decisions. There's 3 different endings. It's cute enough. It's easy enough to play. It runs great on handhelds. But I did find it to be pretty boring. The puzzles were cool but unchallenging. The story was fine when it threw some interesting ideas. It gets surprisingly dark. Like there's a character in there called Muri who is a clone of her sister who's designed to be harvested for organs when she comes of age. And I'm like, okay. And the first big like decision you have to make is whether you should kill a cat or not, which felt fairly topical for me. I voted to not kill the cat, obviously. But the world is ruled by AI, and AI are making all the decisions. So it's very topical. It's very current. It asks some big questions, but it was just a bit of a slog to play. And I think the big problem with it is it forces the player into a workday routine. Every day, get up, shower, eat breakfast, go to work, solve these logic puzzles to earn cash, buy decorations for your apartment and lunch, solve some odd jobs, have a bit of plot development, go home, go to sleep, repeat 7 times. It does try to throw some stuff up to mix it up a little bit, but it just wasn't that fun. So if you really like this sort of game, you might get some enjoyment out of it. 5-6 hours worth of your time. There's 3 endings to unlock. It's up to you whether you want to dive into this one. Just responding to the chat, My Deals 57 Kaz is a PC only game, I'm afraid. And I've been reviewing a couple of them because I'm an addict for just cool video games. And yeah, that is true for the next game I reviewed, which is probably going to be in my top 10 of the year, I think.
Really? Holy crap.
Out of nowhere, Pathogenic. Again, another demo that I tried during Steam Next Fest. This is a twin-stick roguelite shooter where you are a disease and you have to edit your cell at any time on the fly, get upgrades, become the most powerful disease you possibly can, fight your way through the human body to kill your host and stop their heart. It is surprisingly educational. It's all based on actual biology.
It was created by COVID-19 to make it not.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is really addictive. So if you like anything like Sectori or Geometry Wars, what's unique about it is that it's more tactical than you might expect. So there is twin stick shooting, but also perhaps you're going to have a melee focused build. And then you have to balance out how you power up your character, because the mitochondria is the power source of the cell. You have to have one of those to do certain things. There's a bunch of different perks and rogue like stuff that happens, and it's a roguelite in that you have a skill tree that you can start to fill out as you earn plasmids and different levels of DNA, and you can kind of see me evolving my cell and organism, and then you can choose whether you.
Are you moving through the body to like get to the brain?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah. You start off in the skin. And you go through to the intestines, the stomach, the liver, the lungs, and then the heart.
This is amazing. You're fighting white blood cells?
And look, beyond that, and this is why I gave this game a 9 out of 10. Like, and it gives you like 6, 7 different, I can't remember how many there are, 6, I think, different styles of disease. So you've got your pathogen can be a standard kind of bilateral symmetric shell, a cell. You can be a helminth, which is like an intestinal worm. You can be a nanobot, an artificial one. You can be a duotim, I think, or diatim, which is actually a same screen 2-player mode where you can plug 2 pads in and you're both controlling half of the cell. It's got a cell that crawls on walls, which is really hard and difficult to use. You've got an amoeba, which is just an amorphous blob, and you decide how it ends up shaped. It's got a ton of imagination. It's quite challenging when it wants to be. The difficulty modes start off at normal, and then there's easier and easiest, right? So like normal is a challenge. It does not have a hard, but then you've got beyond all that content that I've just spoken about, it also introduces something called the antibiotic system, because this is based on biology. So you can increase the difficulty by effectively stuffing the human host with antibiotics to try and fight you off, and everything becomes so much harder. It is absolutely brilliant. I would recommend it to anyone who has a passing interest in twin stick shooters. This I put in 25, 30 hours into this, and it's great. Would wholeheartedly recommend.
Only on
if
Steam.
you haven't PC.
That was way too loud.
Why did you do that?
I hit the wrong button.
Oh.
Interesting.
I went to get
Yeah,
also
I-
the footage.
Cool.
And I
Only
missed.
on Steam right now. I hope it comes to consoles, but I
Ooh,
did
it's
see
super
the
cheap
developer
too.
was like, it was in the top sellers. They had an all-time peak of like 3,500 people.
Wow.
Which
That's
in
That's a
real
lot for
terms,
Steam.
that's a lot, and it did better than like Double Fine's Kiln or Keeper.
overwhelmingly positive. Yeah, holy crap.
Yeah, like, it's great, and I think I'm one of the only reviews on the internet. But hey, the developer or publisher did send me a message saying, thank you. For
You
your
are the only
Nice.
website review I can find. There are a handful on YouTube, like YouTubers that played it and talk about it. But as far as I can tell, you're the only website that shows up in search results.
There
All
you
the more
go.
reason, man, that hopefully the Helix plans stay to what they
Not a chance.
originally were, or at least similar to them. If we can get Steam on Xbox, bro,
Nope.
oof, we eating good.
I doubt it. I think it's.
I think
all-
Jez had
it's all
heard.
up in the air.
I think somebody said Jez had heard that half the people that bought a LIX never once ever touched the Xbox store, the Xbox LIX. They just immediately used Steam and never touched.
Well, I mean
the
that makes
Xbox
sense.
store.
It doesn't lead you straight into the Xbox, anyways.
It does.
more
It
the,
loads into the
Oh, the
Xbox
Xbox
app.
LIX. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, you're right.
The Xbox Ally and LIX. Somebody said
Okay,
that.
fine.
he
Just
said
give
that.
me EGS then. I'm sure Epic and Microsoft are in good terms, bro. And no one's gonna.
Or
like,
the only way I could
purposely
see it,
open EGS.
and maybe we'll get into it later. The only way I could see it is if there's no store there. If it's just you can access the games, but I don't know that anyone
makes
besides.
Who knows?
Who knows, man?
I will
But
be
outside
Everyone's
of
2 minutes. I drank a lot of water today, so I might be going back
Go
and forth. I'll be right back.
the other game I have been playing and said yes to a very late review. We got the code, I think, I think we got the code like Wednesday or Thursday last week, but then we found out that crossplay wasn't working
And
yet.
the Xbox PC version did not load.
And the Xbox PC. So I was originally going to try and review the Xbox version, but in the end, because it was a multiplayer game and I had to be on the same platform as my multiplayer crew.
What game is this, John?
We went with PC, and I reviewed The Mound, Omen of Cthulhu. This is a extraction co-op cosmic horror game.
A lot of Cthulhu this week.
A lot of Cthulhu this week. A lot of
Cthulhu.
tentacles going on in our lives.
Like I
Yeah.
guess you're supposed to say the H.
Cthulhu.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone does.
I don't normally go by what he actually wanted because he was a virulent racist.
Yeah. But yes, this is again like in a very different way. So very similar score. I gave this a 6.5 out of 10. Scores are dumb. Read the review. Watch.
We
the video,
used the whole
watch
thing.
score.
6.5 means it's all right. There's some good ideas here, but they didn't come to fruition beautifully.
Yeah, and that is a nutshell here. There are some really cool ideas here. This is a co-op horror game where the game will try to fuck with you both visually and audio wise by tricking you, making you see your teammates as monsters so you'll attack them, making different sounds appear in your head, making you lose sight and lose communication entirely. It starts off quite unnerving and unsettling, and then it kind of gets a bit predictable, which is a shame. And it's a bit of a grind to see everything out. It was also before the late patch, bastard hard. So you have to be really quiet. You have to take things fairly slowly, but you're constantly pushing and trying to do stuff. But it's got so many clever ideas that I kind of liked it, even though the combat is janky. And
Jank can be fun.
it's really janky, like unpleasantly so.
A little janky can be fun.
Despite all of that, it's very clever. I think the developers have got something that a lot of people are really going to vibe with. I think it's been doing all right on Steam. I don't know about elsewhere, but there's some really smart ideas here. And also visually, like when you're in the forest and all the fog is there and the volumetrics, it's a really neat looking game. I think visually it's quite pretty.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I would suggest if you really like your co-op horror fun, this is probably one to check out. The basic premise is you go out on missions into the jungle. You're trying to get closer and closer to the mound and through the other side. And you have to grab as much loot as you can and then leg it back. You've got this priest that follows you around on an ox cart, and you have to kind of shove everything you find into the ox cart. And then when you say it's time to go, you run for your life and try and escape back. There's a bunch of clips in the review where you can hear the team all talking. I think Jesse and I will probably play this for a members only stream so that people can actually get a genuine sense of how this plays and how it feels to play it.
You know why this is pretty, John? Because Unreal Engine 5 is finally in a really good place.
Yeah, it's very pretty. The character models were a bit crap, but otherwise,
metahumans can only go so far. A lot of times it comes down to how do they animate, and that's not the easiest thing yet.
Yeah,
it's a lot easier.
I think that's where you'll see the difference between like the big AAA stuff and the not. It's the animations were a bit.
Well, and funnily enough, like you can do, they've been showing it off. It was one of the things when Kate Rayner showed off more Gears E Day at their event, and they talked about Unreal Engine 6 and all its dumb AI shit. That means you don't actually technically have a copyright on anything you make if you use it. But you can use a freaking cell phone, especially iPhones, because they have the LiDAR to do performance capture, and it's like really accurate now.
That's clever. I mean, yeah, it's if you like co-op games and you don't mind having the crap scared out of you every now and then, there's just so many clever ideas. Like one of my favorite is your audio level. Like you'll be walking through the forest and you'll walk past a tree and the actual branch of the tree will bend, and the more noise you make, the more you start to lose your mind and you go a bit like crazy.
Oh, that's cool.
And it will snap and you'll be like, fuck. And you'll really feel it. It's like it gets this kind of tension going like throughout the matches. I managed to put in about 10 to 12 hours before the review time. So I've marked it as a review in progress at the moment because I couldn't put in the 50 expeditions that they need me to in such a short space of time, because we only had like a weekend and 2 other days before I could get it done. Plus I was reviewing all these other things.
Yeah,
but I wanted to get something out for the community.
A lot harder.
Yeah, we didn't want, none of the footage you're watching here was me solo. I read one review from, I think, Game Reactor. They gave it a 5 and was like, it's great if you were with friends, but they admitted that they played every single moment of it alone. So like, the developers literally say, don't play this on your own. It's kind of shit. Like, this is a co-op game, play it with your mates. And they didn't. It's got proximity chat as well, so it's worth mentioning. But yeah, it's worth a ganders if this is your vibe.
It's not too expensive, right?
No, it's only $30.
Yeah, that's a lot of co-op focused things can't go a lot higher.
Yeah. See, this whole crazy looking city that I found just as we closed out the video footage there, that was me, because I hadn't got there, but I joined a multiplayer server while I was running because I saw they were there and I was like, what is that? And I literally just had a look around. I was like, ooh. So there is an ending, there is a narrative to try and discover, so you can give it a go. And then the last thing I've been playing, and I've put in around 30 or so hours so far, is Halo Campaign Evolved.
Ooh.
And I'm going to play some of our footage.
No, we're not.
Yep.
No, we're
there you go. There's footage.
from our preview, and we're not going to say anything
Oh, no,
else.
I think this is just from Halo's own YouTube account.
Oh yeah, the live stream.
No, this was about a month ago when they put some gameplay out.
Oh, okay.
They did do a lasso live stream.
One for like an hour and a half. So I'm guessing just like the first level and a half. I'm guessing.
Or I mean,
If that.
it would be funny if it was like the first few rooms and they can never get through them. It was too
Right.
hard.
That's what I'm wondering. Like I didn't watch it because I kind of want to like experience a lot of this myself for the first time. You know.
You did
what
20
changes
years
they
ago.
made.
The urge to say stuff is high, so please.
No worries.
Let's change topic. Let's move on. Is the
As
embargo
far
public for this?
the
Or-
embargo's on Thursday morning. So John,
Okay.
probably you're gonna do a premiere. You think? It looks like
'cause
shit.
You deserve to watch it in 4K.
Yeah.
Well, it won't be 4K. To be fair, it'll be 1440p.
Yeah.
but
Our
it will be 4K.
our hope for coverage is to have John's review. And is it members only for the roundtable, or is that everyone?
No, it will be in the members only category, but we'll make it a free one for
Okay.
everybody.
Yeah.
Um,
A roundtable of 4 of us playing with all of our perspectives as we talk about our thoughts on the game, all synced up.
Yep.
We got a super tip from Invady 1984. The first $10 towards going to Gamescom. Save for relevant topic segment. Will do. Thank you, Invady. I'll keep it in mind.
That's awesome.
Great. Yeah, looking forward to next week. There's more stuff. Right. Before we get into the news of the week, which we're going to do, we're going to just remind you all, because Jesse just mentioned our fun to Gamescom. If you're watching, if you listen every week, do consider supporting us directly by becoming a member and listen to these messages to hear what you get when you do.
Welcome to Day One.
From PC to PlayStation, Switch to Xbox,
We're all about one thing: video games. With a gorgeous new website,
best-in-class community forums, and a kick-ass Discord server,
our sole focus is on bringing you the latest in news, reviews, and features.
from the biggest games to amazing indie titles, we try to do it all so you can focus on what you're going to play day one.
Beyond our regular live streams, we've got the Day One show, listened to in over 60 countries across the planet,
and our twice-weekly news-focused broadcast headlines, keeping you up to date and in the know on all things gaming.
If you love video games, you're in the right place.
help us stand toe-to-toe with the biggest sites out there, and consider supporting us directly.
Just head to playday.one/memberships.
And enjoy things like exclusive videos and game giveaways every week.
Thank you for your support.
Everyone.
Wraps up.
All right, let's
all right.
dive into the news. There's no point going over everything that sucks because we already done all that in the previous episodes. But more, there's more fallout following those Xbox cuts, and in more ways than one. I've been waiting all weekend.
Oh
to
my
make that
god.
joke.
Oh my
Enjoy it.
god.
Did you
Oh.
enjoy it?
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
We're
terrible.
going to deal with the fallout from these cuts. Hey, lads? Anyone? Anybody? Okay. Yeah, so let's talk about everything in order, I think. So before we do that, we'll talk about a little bit about id Software.
Oh, that's order?
id Software.
That's number 3. I had already put up the Bethesda new roadmap
Oh,
as the
do
topic.
you want to do it in order?
You literally just said let's do it in order and then went out of order.
Did I?
Yes, it's number 3.
Oh, I'm tired. Been
Well, you
much
want
going
to start later. We get to laugh at you.
Yeah.
It worked well
Okay.
for me, so.
We'll talk about Bethesda's new roadmap then.
It is the lead topic.
Because, yeah, this came out of nowhere today or last night. I can't
It
remember.
was
now.
early yesterday.
Yeah.
It was early yesterday in the US.
Just out of nowhere. Here's, and the usual suspects got early access. So you had Bloomberg, The Verge.
They got
Windows Central.
interviews, not just early access to the news.
Yeah.
Yeah, interviews and everything about Bethesda's new kind of update as to what they're doing.
You got to
And
say
there's
they're
a lot
jingling
to unpack.
keys in front of you masses.
I don't get it, man. I don't
What does
get
that
it.
even mean? Jingling keys? Like, are you giving me a
They're
card?
trying to make
Like,
it's trying to have good
They're
news.
distracting you.
Yeah, have good news after having bad news,
of
while the
course.
bad news
I
is
mean,
still going.
Yeah. Duh. Is anyone denying that's what they're doing?
No.
It's if they're trying to hide that, they're doing a very poor job of hiding that. I'll tell you that much. Like,
Yeah,
Ugh.
I don't know about the whole jingling keys thing. I mean, business trying to tell me stuff because they're making changes. Is that jingling keys? Like,
it's like saying Halo is going to be a really
this-
good game, and that's going to be jingling keys. No, it's just a game that's coming out.
all of this is leaked.
Yes, literally the whole thing.
Everything here
Yep,
has leaked, and they've literally just come out and said, "Hey, here's what's happening," and yet it's jingling keys. Or they're just like, it's all leaked. Let's just tell everyone what we're doing.
Yep.
Yeah,
Or
'cause
it's
it's very much
they were telling everyone what they were doing.
well, it's very much against Todd's normal MO. He likes the thing most of us, I think, prefer in reality is waiting until something's close, and then you hear about it and you see it, and it's coming later that year, and everyone's happy.
Yeah. But they offered updates across Starfield, their creation program, their mod program, the future of Fallout, and working with other studios, as well as Elder Scrolls. Starfield first, 17 million players for Starfield.
17. It sounded like you said 70.
I said 17, but if it sounded like that, I apologize. 17 million players. That's a lot of players.
And nearly
1 billion hours.
Yeah, that's I think that's the big one when people wonder, because 17 million for a new IP sounds pretty good, but nearly
incredible.
1 billion hours for a game that was very big in Game Pass. And it was always bigger on Xbox than it was on Steam in large part because of that. That sounds like the type of thing they want. They wanted playtime. Who knows in the future, but the narrative for the last few years built up around Starfield, annoyingly by people that I know and talked to during review period that really liked it and gave it good reviews. And then everyone just came to this conclusion that Starfield was terrible and that no one liked it and that no one played it. When the reality was it's a good game that did really well for a new IP. It's just the question would be, is it good enough to have replaced having a new Fallout or Elder Scrolls sooner? Reality is probably not. And that's why you don't see new IP from these companies that often. But when you're someone as successful as Todd Howard and BGS, you get to do this at least once. And now they're very heavily going back onto the more beloved IP, but this one's not done because they talked the leaked 50 times over Starborn DLC is set for next year.
Next year.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice. The
cool.
1 billion hours didn't mean that much to me until I actually calculated it. And yeah, that's like an average of almost 60 hours per player, which is a lot, by the way. Obviously, that average is
that's their
the
thing.
mean matters more than the average, but still, like that's incredibly high amount.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, good for them. And it's it's a shame because and we spoke about this last week in that Microsoft and some of these bigger publishers, unless the new IP is a smash hit out of the gate, didn't do that well enough, we're going to move on. And that's often a mistake because it's when you do the sequel. I think it was with Sam last week, we were talking like the jump from Assassin's Creed 1 to Assassin's Creed 2 was like astronomical. And it's this is where you take all that learning and then you go and do it. Same could have been true for Avowed 2, for example.
It should be, hopefully. I still think it'll come out eventually. 8 years, 9 years. We'll see it.
Well,
I think.
maybe. But hey, at least it's not dead. They're going to continue to support the game, more content coming to Starfield. They also talked a little bit about their creation platform, which is obviously all their mod kits and stuff. In Starfield, more than 40% of players already customize their experience through mods. And they're going to be investing in more ways to do that. And yes, Creations has been expanded to Fallout 4. It's joining Skyrim and Starfield. And Bethesda noted that creators have already earned more than $10 million in royalties through the creation program, which again, pretty cool.
Really cool.
Pretty cool. They talk about the future of Fallout. We've heard lots about Fallout, really, in that Jason Schreier, Bloomberg, reported that Obsidian was working on a Fallout game. We heard that Fallout 5 was being kicked around in Bethesda while they're working on Elder Scrolls 6. And they've come out and kind of just admitted all of this stuff. They have said that, we also had leaks about Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas remasters. And all of this has now been made official. Yes, they're working on remasters of both Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. No dates to announce like this week, but that is happening. You are going to be able to play those games with a new lease of life. I think anybody that played Oblivion Remastered and really loved the graphical upgrade there, I think they'll probably be quite looking forward to seeing what that would look like with Fallout 3.
These run a lot better than that one does, because that one is on an older Unreal Engine 5 and it doesn't run great.
Fingers crossed.
But I did see people being like, "Oh, this feels like a panic move," and I'm like, "Man, no. These things have
this stuff has been known about for like a year."
But also
more than a year.
There's a guy in our forum that's all like, "See all the stuff happening at Bethesda now that Phil's gone," because he's a huge Don Matrick fan. Believe it or not, I'm not making that up. He really is. Hello, Nomad Gamer. He really likes Don Matrick, hates Phil. He's like, "Look at what's happened with Bethesda now that Phil's gone." I'm like, the only thing new here is that Josh Sawyer's game is now a Fallout game instead of a Fallout-like. Everything else was either in the works for a long time or would have been things he greenlit in the last regime. Like these remasters were things talked about for years. So like Jez reported on it mid last year or something.
Yep.
Like they're very like the moment Oblivion Remastered took off, you can imagine they went, "Oop, we're definitely doing those if we weren't already."
Yeah. So that's the thing. We're going to get remasters of Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. They obviously have a great TV show.
NC630 is right. The remasters were in Bethesda's plans before they were bought. That came out in the trial.
It's been years, not just 1 year. Yeah.
This is why I think all the key jangling stuff and the vitriol being spewed from certain outlets is just kind of like, all of this is public knowledge from reporting.
If you pay attention to the platform. But that's the main problem, is that most of these reactions and most of this stuff is justified anger at all the layoffs. And the fact that probably like most corporate layoffs, they just hacked and chopped, and now they're going to come back to a lot of those people and be like, "Oh, sorry, it's like Ford. Ford fired all their engineers. Said, we're doing AI. Oh shit, oh my God, another recall. Holy crap. Okay, can you all please come back?" I'm sure there's going to be a lot of that with Microsoft, and I get the anger because it's very dumb. But you don't have to make things up. You don't have to pretend. There's so much real shit to be angry at that you don't have to make shit up, because you don't ever pay attention to any of it, so you don't know what reality actually is.
Fair.
Overall, it's good news, I think, getting all this confirmed, right? Again, we knew literally everything. Was there anything they said here that we didn't know?
No.
Obsidian working on...
just numbers on players and money made on creation club. A big part of it for Elder Scrolls 6 is becoming a 2-game studio and working, because normally they were pre-prod on one, which is very light, just getting ready, full production on the other, and then the third team might be DLC on the previous game, and those were cut off very early for Skyrim and Fallout 4 and stuff. It's been a lot longer on Starfield, where they've got a Starfield team doing DLC. They've got the main bulk on Elder Scrolls, which is years away, and they're also trying to work it up and have Creation Engine 3 make it even easier for them to be able to do 2 games at once, which they've never been that type of studio before.
Is this the first time we've heard Creation Engine 3?
No. We heard from it earlier in the year.
Then it was...
all of this is literally known, and I don't understand why it got such like a big reaction outside of the fact that, we've admitted all the reports, which is very unusual for Bethesda to do, but there you go. I think
England was up 4-0, and they're now only up 4-3. A lot of goals in this third place in the World Cup soccer game.
Oh, I forgot that was going on right now. Yeah, it started at 5, right?
It was 4-0 England, and in 20 minutes, it's become 4-3.
Look, you're right. What the hell?
Yeah.
Super high scoring.
Sorry, John.
You guys are difficult to keep on topic. I'm just saying, you just butt in with things later in the show.
You're tired and you want to go to bed, and I want to go all night.
No, I'm fine. Like, I'm planning on playing
a little aside here.
Hey, it's your country. We're watching. Man, really sad that lost. They should have won that.
He hates sports. He looks at sports and he wants to kill them. He would like to choke sports.
What? At least FIFA.
All of this excitement about Fallout, is it bad that I don't give a shit and I've never played any of them?
Oh, yes. I actually completely agree. I've only beaten one Fallout game, 3. So, like, for me, Fallout's like whatever. Like, it's... That being said, I'd highly recommend you play Fallout 3 Remaster whenever it comes out.
I'll give it a shot.
The only one that's actually any fun to play is 4. Like, 76 76 is in a pretty good place and a very fun game overall. So it's probably the best one to play, but then it is an MMO and it's grindy.
Interesting.
Fallout 3 plays horrible. You can only play it on PC with a ton of mods. Fallout 76 or Fallout New Vegas plays better, but has broken iron sights, which has always driven me insane. You can mod and fix that on PC. I don't know if you can mod and fix it on console. Probably not. I don't think they had a whole mod thing back then. So. No. New Vegas's writing is awesome though. Like I like the story of 3 and I like the story and writing of 4, but New Vegas is just a little better and has I think a little more iconic characters and villains and stuff. It is a great thing to play before finally watching season 2 of the amazing Fallout show, John, because it's pulling a lot right from it. Set I think a decade or two later.
Do you know if they've did they canonize certain choices or things like that?
They have not canonized what the main character has done in the game, no.
Okay.
But they have definitely canonized what happens to factions.
Okay, that's fair.
They couldn't be in it if they didn't. Like Caesar's Legion and others can't be there if they're not canonized.
Do you know if the character has ever been mentioned at all in the show? I'm kind of curious.
Crispy Bomb, you all some fair weather Fallout. I am not. I love Fallout. I play the shit out of it. Same goes with Rockstar games. Everyone else is always like, I never played Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead. They're shit. Blah, blah. And I'm like, I can't wait for Grand Theft Auto 6.
None of these games
Red Dead 2 controls like shit on console. That is
not my flavors.
It's just Fallout game is fantastic in terms of the systems, the dialogue.
Except for being able to miss shots that you because of rolls. No.
Yeah, that's weird. But I mean, it's just I prefer more fantastical setups than post-apocalyptic. It's just not my jam. I'll be honest. Like Avowed 2 is much more appealing game to me than a New Vegas sequel. I know for most people that it's not the case.
Not guaranteed to be a New Vegas sequel. We have no idea what it's set in or where. It's just being worked on.
By that I just meant a new Fallout game by Obsidian.
There's still a number. Tom Sawyer.
Josh Sawyer. God damn it.
I'm gonna say we can't talk about Tom Sawyer. He's been canceled. But yeah, the Fallout's awesome. I love the games. I love the show. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Fallout fans. I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yum. It's just like none of these announcements do anything for me personally. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm happy for everybody that gets to play these and move on with my life.
Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be pretty big. I'm pretty excited about that.
Equally, I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
And what they mentioned in the
when
report
it's coming out, you're going to definitely try to get your own code.
Yeah, I mean, I always try these games, but I just know I know how I am. Starfield came closest to not letting me bounce off of it, and I still bounced off of it after like 30 hours.
That's a good amount of time.
But I haven't finished the main
But that's
story.
when you got to go in the store and say game shit, can't recommend it. But that's 400 hours on Steam.
But that's also like the reason I bounced off it was I got a bug in the middle of a quest.
Oh,
and the guy who I needed to redeem the quest to finish the quest was spawning in the middle of the planet.
So
where
go
he
run
was
down there.
Unreachable. So it's probably fixed by now, right? But
yeah. Or they expect you to save Scrum. But dude, you saying you didn't finish the main story? That is the Bethesda staple.
Yeah.
I, to this day, and I consider Oblivion one of my favorite games of all time, have never completely finished the Oblivion main story. You don't need to.
You didn't see
the main stories are just vehicles to get you into the world and like.
You didn't see the king's son turn into a dragon?
No, I did not. Now I know that's how the game ends.
That is my memory. I haven't beat Oblivion in like 15 years, but I remember, was it Martin Septim? Or
Martin Septim was the
his bastard kid or something. Tiber, I thought it was Tiber Septim or something. Yeah.
Crispy Bomb in the chat, so I don't like RPGs so actually. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, John's not into open world games very much.
Yeah,
correct. I like Mass Effect as an RPG. And I love ME1, but ME2 is my fave. But the whole ME trilogy is probably my favorite RPG trilogy of all time. But is it even an RPG by the time Mass Effect 3 rolled around? It was kind of just more of a shoot bang. But I still fucking loved it. So
I know this Crispy Bomb guy's not talking about me.
Goddamn,
right? I've played both Pillars games, Crispy. Have you played them? Those are RPGs, brother.
Look at the name of this guy, Martin Septim, and look what he's going to end up doing.
What are you watching?
I'm watching the end of Oblivion.
Oh. Okay, spoiler alert if you guys have not seen.
There's DayOne. The end of Oblivion's fucking awesome, which is why I'm like I can't. Yeah,
really.
And look what he's become. I didn't make shit up. I got a memory on me. You got a gigantic fire dragon fighting a huge demon. Come on, Oblivion's cool, and it's not that long, John. It's literally the one you should beat.
Oblivion is fantastic. It is one of my favorite games of all time. Oh, that is super cool, actually.
Yeah, this is also 20 years old. I don't give a shit about spoilers.
Oh, are you fighting the big bad
It's
prince? What's his
Dagon.
name again?
Yeah.
Fudge, Dagon.
This is the remastered ending.
Oh,
right?
that looks sick. What the hell?
No, obviously it's the remastered one.
I gotta finish that
Crispy.
game.
I was talking TK.
Oh, yeah. Okay, we're good then, Jeff. We're good, Crispy. We're good. Me and you are cool again.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
it's okay. You can I am the guy that plays like all of it. As you saw from my slew of reviews, I review a lot of like the smaller, quirky indie games. That is my role here, and some big first-person shooter stuff. Like, do not come. I would never volunteer for a massive RPG.
Well, also, Elder Scrolls Oblivion,
just not.
you can beat in like 10 hours if you really want.
Also, has some of the best side quests. And
But yeah, you end up spending like friggin' 30 to 100 if you want. Tegan says, I don't. You can not play another game for 20 years and hopefully I don't spoil you again.
Yeah.
So outside of that update from Bethesda, like they didn't mention it in there, but we did hear that ZeniMax Online Studios, the leadership team has been let go as part of the Xbox cuts, and then a new leadership team has been promoted from within to carry on leading that studio.
Yeah, I was actually going to talk about how they said they're deepening the relationship between ZeniMax Online Studios and the Elder Scrolls franchise, which was kind of like, I think, just kind of like hidden in that big blog post, but it's relatively big. I think, because it makes sense to put the people that have been working on Elder Scrolls for the last 12 years more of like an engaged role in the new Elder Scrolls game. But
yeah, that does make sense.
Jesse left, so there goes my third person. Continue, John. The leadership team was laid off.
They were let go, and then new leadership were promoted from within ZeniMax. But that team saw some heavy cuts as part of all of these changes, just like the folks at IdTech, who IdTech also saw some heavy cuts, but maybe not as bad as. Well, I don't know. So we had all of the staff that had been let go, using phrases like the studio's been gutted, IdTech is as good as dead, yada, yada, yada. And then id Software were forced to put out a statement on their social media accounts, effectively saying like, we'll come back. We're the same size team as we were when we did Doom 2016. We're going to crack on, blah, blah, blah. And then Hugo Martin, the game director for Doom the Dark Ages, did a Slayers Club live stream playing Revelations, which is excellent. And it's probably going to be the next thing I play over the course of this week.
Yeah, you still haven't played Revelations yet, right?
No.
I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah. And he said pretty much the same thing. IdTech is very much alive and well, like we're going to crack on. The game's going to be good. Which I saw some journalists take umbrage with. As long as the games are good was a phrase he used when he was talking off the cuff. Apparently that he shouldn't have said that or something. I don't know. I think having the games be good is kind of important.
Fans don't care about people fired, shittily enough, because empathy only goes as far as you can see. If I can see I'm not getting this game, that gets them pissed. Or if I can see this game's out, but it's not very good. So that's generally what they're referring to. Like, you can't know everything that goes into making them. It's amazing how good devs have been consistently getting out incredible games since the inception of the industry. But people there's been 30,000 people fired at Amazon recently in Meta and stuff like everywhere is horrible to the point where it's that thing. It's like if one thing's terrible, you can really focus on it. But if everything's terrible, you just end up feeling overwhelmed, and the average person's not going to have the empathy in them to care. It'll crush them if they try.
Yeah. This is the thing. Like, I know with our connected world, we can see everything, and it's a lot worse when we can see everything versus what it might have been like 30 years ago. We couldn't see how bad everything was everywhere. But I also can fully understand it. A lot of people have enough to worry about on their own plates, in their own lives, with their own families and games. Hey, guess what? Fun toys that are meant to be an escape from reality, a fun hobby and pastime.
Even if you look and you want to have empathy for other people, right? Like, and this will sound super callous. It will. There are a lot more stuff online, people suffering online that are, I don't want to say worthy of empathy because everyone's worthy of empathy, but a lot more strikingly like, I want to feel bad or I want to help these people how I can. More so. At the end of the day, game developers that are laid off are still professionals that will hopefully land on their feet. If not in the game industry, somewhere else where their skills will still be used, right?
Yeah.
But then you're online and you're looking at stuff happening, for
But
example.
they're not being blown up.
Exactly. Essentially happening in Gaza, Lebanon, Sudan. Like you look at stuff like that and it's everywhere. It's on your feed. It's everywhere. That takes a good chunk of your empathy, rightfully so. So when you want to just sit back and enjoy friggin' video games for the escape they are, that's okay. That's okay. I'm
not going to judge people for being like.
Well, and that's one of the things, like the BDS boycott comes up all the time, but the people who run it actually like don't use this as a cudgel because people will just start ignoring you. Like it's a learning tool to let people know what things that are going on that we would like to try and fight against. And again, because if you just start beating people over the head with stuff, and that even includes just like, holy crap, everything's so bad. I've noticed a lot of podcasts, even this one, like it's down in viewership because people, we don't foster negative as a focus. Like we're not a rage baiter, we're not a clickbaiter. And if you're not that, you haven't built up a user base that wants that all the time, which is why you see like essentially Blue Sky has become a circle jerk of misery and hatred. And if you don't participate in that, then you are some corpo simp, and it's okay to have half the gaming industry constantly insult Jez because he tries to actually like speak for people.
Oh, but if you ever call it out to them in their face, they'll be like, "Oh no, of course we won't. We don't do that."
It's like he has always said he's trying to be a voice for fans, and because that's the most fans can generally take is like, I would really like this thing to be good. I hope someone with some influence does it. And if the focus from everyone is always the most absolute negative or worst, or like, I hope Xbox is just gone. It's like, well, there's still going to be like, by the time they hire a bunch of people back up this year, there's probably going to be 15,000 people there. Do you want them all to not have a job? It's like, no, this is what's there. It's probably going to hire back up a lot as they get further into their next project. It's a really stupid cycle. You can call that out. You don't have to treat it like it's just.
My brother-in-law just joined up a bit of a startup. He's in the San Fran area, and he just moved over to another auto car company, whatever. And he gave me he told me something interesting where he's like, I don't think there's a single person over the age of 50 working on this company. Where it's for a lot of like these startup mentality, a lot of like this stuff happens. There is 100% element of ageism. I'm using that term as its meaning in play. So when I see places like Xbox, new leadership, then firing a bunch of senior positions, that's really normal in this kind of
because they're also generally the people making the most money.
Exactly. And by most money, we mean like a significantly amount of money, possibly double or triple like an entry-level salary for someone else. You know what I mean? Especially if you're in the San Fran or Bay Area, stuff like that. It sucks. It's not the end of the world. When it is telling you themselves, yes, there's an element of damage control. Hey, we're not completely shuttered. Hey, we're not completely dead. John's muted. But
there was a gun off camera saying like...
Right? Yes, and there's a gun in Todd's
thing.
back too when he's interviewing Jason friggin' Schreier because, he's got to be forced. Come on. Ugh. Speaking of that interview's not out yet, right? Jason said he interviewed Todd, but I don't think that's out yet. It'll probably be the same information.
It was his Bloomberg thing. The main thing.
Oh, it did come out. Okay.
Yeah, he had a Bloomberg article, and then he had his own channel video where he talked about it.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the Bloomberg articles kind of annoy me because they're just repetition of information everyone already knows. Maybe a line or two.
Yeah, a lot of things in general are speaking. A lot of this is speaking to business normies.
Exactly. Yeah. But when it's saying this, right, that doesn't mean, hey, everything's okay, everything's great, there's nothing, no reason to worry. Yes, but it doesn't also mean, hey, this whole studio's dead, they're never going to make a game ever again. It's just a husk of themselves. No, like most things, the answer is somewhere in the middle. It sucks that they got hit this bad. These days, it turns out that when you ship a game, you get fired. When you don't ship a game, you get fired. Right? It's kind of just it's the industry sucks as it is right now, but. John's still muted, but yeah,
it's got to fix itself a little bit, and I think
the
as someone who loves the smaller, quirkier games, I recognize that as a business, this focus on franchises and big hits is a smart one. Xbox have come out again today with this huge piece with, I think, was it Games Radar? where they're like,
yeah.
exclusives are not a pivot. It's not temporary. This is a permanent thing. And they've actually said the phrase, we can't have the platform in the way that we want to have it if we don't have exclusive content. So you can expect to see more of us, but there's no hard and fast rule. You can expect big multiplayer games to be multi-platform, but you can also you shouldn't expect every single player game to be exclusive. We will.
Yeah, Booty was pretty much
choices.
It's the only thing
Case
any
by
of it
case.
can ever be is it's case by case. And some multiplayer games might be exclusive. They might be multi-platform.
Like
They
Gears
might be
Elite, for
timed.
example, that is a multiplayer game, and they're making it exclusive. So right away, that shows that the rule's not hard or strict. It's case by case. Do I think Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be exclusive? I do. I think
At
they're
the
going
very
all out.
least timed on that one.
By that, I mean,
if they wanna
it'll be
do
exclusive,
this-
and they'll say it's exclusive, and then if things go
Well-
terrible, they might recap that.
Because with Gears and with Clockwork, they said forever exclusive, never going anywhere else. I don't know that they'd say that with Elder Scrolls.
No, but dude, they'll say what the hell they want to say. If things goes bad enough, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, guys, we have to change." You know what I mean? Like,
I don't
that's
think,
whatever.
but if there's any chance of it, it's like we're going to eat these lost sales on these smaller games. We're not going to forever just lock ourselves into. We're going to eat all these lost sales on the biggest game
That's
we
fair.
have.
That's fair. They don't need to say it. They also don't need to say timed either. They can just say exclusive and just kind of
England scored.
dodge
The
that.
thing
question.
is, there's so much like
Nice.
uproar about this and like further about what Xbox
Maybe
is doing. And, it's confusing. And I'm like, it's not
It's not.
confusing for an
Not at
Xbox
all.
customer or a PC customer. It's
Mhm.
only confusing if you don't play on those two platforms. If you care about things coming to the other platform, then it might be confusing for you. But like, why should Xbox give a fuck about that? Like, if that's their job, like, do you know what I mean?
I've speaking to a lot of different people. I've been on the show in a little while, so I don't think I've said my piece here, but I think they're making the correct decision business-wise. And by they, I mean Asha and the leadership. And by that, I mean focusing on the big franchise, really doubling up on Fallout, Halo, Gears, Fable, COD, whatever, and moving away from the smaller games that all of us loved. And by all of us, I mean most people watching the show, me, you, Nick. Like, it sucks so bad to me that Avowed 2 is going to get put in the side because they're working on a new Fallout game. It sucks. That being said, it makes sense. I get it, and I think it's the smart move. Like
Corpo
when people
simp.
think that, when people are saying, "Oh, Xbox is done. This is them dying," it's literally the exact opposite. This is them trying to revive the brand. I guess revive might be a strong word, but really revitalize the brand, get it back in the mainstream. And a big part of that is getting those console warrior fanboys online that are going crazy back on your side again. That's where exclusives come into play. Like people at this level don't just make decisions for the heck of it. Like everything is thought out, planned out, theorized, theory crafted, etc. Like,
I stand by what my opinion has always been, and I feel like I've been fairly consistent with this, is that I don't really care about exclusivity or exclusive games. My mantra was and will always be that if a studio has to release everywhere in order to still be alive to do another game in a series that I enjoy, I would prefer them to take that route than to not be alive. But like, I own all the platforms anyway, so what do I give a shit?
I haven't turned my PlayStation on in 6 months, but I own it. It's sitting there. It looks pretty. It stares at me every day.
Does it look pretty?
Mine has like a mountain on it, so it looks really cool. But yeah.
Oh, fair. Okay. But like, I think this is a lot of Xbox. They made some big bets, and I think that since 2020, nothing went right for these guys. Like from a leadership position, they made these bets on content. They made these bets on different games and the console market. And COVID lured them into a false sense of like how big it's going to be, but then it fucks production up for so much stuff. And now we're in this Rampocalypse era. I don't even know if they're going to still launch a console 2027, 2028, probably, but it's probably
I think so. I think at this point,
expensive.
the die's cast in that sense. They might delay it if they can, but they will launch the console. They've mentioned Helix multiple times. So far, to give her credit, Asha hasn't gone back on what she said. She said something, she's done it.
Yeah,
she talked about the reset, did the reset. She talked about bringing exclusives back, she's doing that. So she talked about Helix, And pretty sure she did talk about PC stuff on Helix, so I'm hoping that's still there, but who knows?
Your
But then she did also
PC
talk about the
games
realities
was
of
the
console
wording.
division.
We do have
Yeah, I know, but if it's
we have a
just,
super tip from earlier from Invadia that I did not read. I'll play it
Oh,
again.
about this? Yes.
Save for a relevant topic or segment why I think this is it. If you skip the Xbox One or Series generation, you will not be there for Helix if you can not access your existing PC game library. So do we think that they are going to at least have access for Steam? That's a big one. That's like 90% of it. The rest, I think, are on board because they already have launchers within the Microsoft Store.
EGS is a no-brainer, in my opinion. If you're doing PC launchers, EGS is on board.
There's a new one.
For sure.
I don't know. I think I wonder if there's going to be a kind of like you can access Steam, but it's going to be like fiddly and like not for the normie, if you know what I mean. Like it's going to.
Oh, really?
You know what Jez had? The idea he had. It's only an Xbox unless you pay for a Windows license.
Yeah.
That essentially subsidizes the box.
Yeah, you have to pay above to turn it into a. You want to install stuff from Steam.
So interestingly, basically make it a high barrier.
Yeah.
That
was his guess, not a report or anything. Just what he was thinking could happen.
Kind of like if you get a friggin' Steam Deck and you want to play Game Pass, you got to friggin' install Windows on it, right? Like not
exactly right. So like if you think about it from Microsoft's perspective, is if they built this thing, look at the Steam machine. It's 1,000 plus, right?
Dude, did you know you only got to plug in 2 things into the back of that, and it works. Magic.
That's what it is. I mean, arguably, that's kind of how a PC is. Really.
No, PCs do. It's got more than 2 things on the back of a PC. To be fair.
Yeah, but only because this is a PC that could be turned on with a controller. Like if you wanted a mouse and keyboard, you could plug in all of that.
I was making fun of some tweets I saw. People going like, "Wow, the Steam machine is so cool. You only got to put 2 things into the back of it."
The Steam machine is cool.
Yeah,
it is.
What they did with that motherboard is really neat.
Yep.
Yeah. So
and the controller is cool too.
From an Xbox point of view, like if it wants to be a console, like a genuine console, and yet somehow straddle this line, the cost has got to be the number one factor. But we've seen all this stuff about PlayStation as well, and hinting towards a handheld. Are they going to do a 2 SKU approach? That's risky.
Handheld has got to be them trying for the Japan market again, right? Because I see no other reason why they'd even consider a handheld.
Or if it's literally the only thing that is a PS6 to begin with, because they just keep pushing the 5 and the Pro.
Oh, that's interesting.
The PS6 handheld is going to be weaker than a PS5. So, but it's going to cost more.
Why is life stuck right now?
But it would have to run it has to run everything for the new gen. Like it would have to be their Switch. It would have to be the thing. You can't have both generally.
What about like upskilling technology? Has it gotten significantly better now? Where even if it's technically
PSSR is really good. Like Doom: The Dark Ages and Assassin's Creed Black Flag look noticeably cleaner than they do on Series X in base PS5. Even if like other things aren't super high up and the frame rate can be pretty rough.
Could you get
a
PS6 portable that's technically weaker than a base PS5, but still looks better because it has pisser and the other one doesn't?
It would look better on a tiny little screen because it doesn't have as much pixel density as not stretched out as your TV and stuff.
Sense.
But
that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it generally would just come down to, I imagine they're going to have a set-top box. They always do, but is it still just going to be the PS5 for a while? Like, what does it end up being? Is it a combo? Because if it's a combo, they both have to play everything now. You can't do the old Vita or PSP setup. Like, you can't have different libraries. If you
could, Nintendo would have done it, and they did not. So you guys think so? We don't see the stuff next year, right? At least I think everyone delayed at least a year because of.
Nope, I think we see it next year because there is no point to delaying it.
I think Microsoft in particular will reveal it next year or talk about it in detail.
If it's coming next year, I think the reveal is this year. No, that's usually the formula.
I mean, they might do something at the Game Awards, but no,
around their anniversary.
Yeah, anniversary is where it would make sense. I feel, but
it's interesting.
Here's GTA 6 running on the next Xbox. Just kidding, that it doesn't exist.
But yeah, back to the very original topic. Its logo will be on whatever the next Machine Games game is. Wolf 3, I think, is the assumption, right? Which I'm a little surprised. I guess no, it makes sense that there's a TV show literally in development right now. Yeah, and if they can line that up properly, that's probably cool.
Well,
and
we
then
need to kill Hitler. Like that is Wolfenstein 3 because in Youngblood he has, but Youngblood's in like the 80s.
Could you give me some spoilers here in terms of, because I haven't played the second game at all. And for anyone listening, there might be spoilers here for the second game. Does the main character survive at the end of the second game or no?
Yeah, BJ's in there. A version of BJ's in there.
Okay, the way people are talking about the second game, I assume BJ's story ends
survives
in the second
game. Wolfenstein 2.
What? Yep. Isn't it an explosion?
One of the craziest cutscenes you'll ever see.
Interesting.
We'll answer that for you. It's game's
okay.
Great.
I'll play this.
Game's great. They fixed up. So the worst part about Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, is the hit detection markers were really bad at launch. You could not tell where you were being shot from. Those are better now.
Oh, I hate that so much.
Those are better. They're not perfect. They're better. It's a great game.
I played the original, not the original. I played New Order for like 3 hours, and honestly, it kind of dropped me. It was a little repetitive. It was difficult.
Like it's
that's what really threw me off.
That's the weird thing for a lot of people is that it is a stealth game, and that's back in this one. But also, the Old Blood is great. Old Blood might have my favorite Mick Gordon soundtrack. Believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
He's got Tex Perkins doing a country song. Tex Perkins, and he's Australian, but boy, does he have an amazing American sounding country voice.
Interesting.
Great. Yeah. That one goes a little more fantastical, like the old Wolfenstein games. So, not to say that New Colossus doesn't, because you do go to Venus.
I gotta play this flipping video game, bro. What the hell?
Look, if you want to see Hitler piss himself, you play the New Colossus.
Yeah, it's so good. Man, I haven't played that in ages. I might have to play that again.
But okay, really quick with you guys, I'm just kind of curious. Is Quake not being worked on? Machine Games hinted it like 2 years ago in the Dev Direct. I kind of figured they were the ones working on Quake. But now everyone's saying Wolf 3, so I don't flipping know anymore. Like, what's happening?
We don't know either. That's the
Fair
thing.
enough.
They hinted at a Quake, but we just don't.
Is there another indie? I know, like it's not their IP.
I really want to know.
I think there would be if they get a better deal or a favorable deal on the IP.
Yeah.
But hey, and then we mentioned obviously I've been playing Halo Campaign Evolved. We won't talk about that, but there has been some reports on the internet from Mr.
John,
Rebs.
don't put it in quotations. Rebs got mad at me for putting reports in quotations when I was talking to him. Okay.
But like, Mr. Rebs, if you end up watching this clip, I don't like the way you report stuff.
Yep, agreed.
It's sensationalized to hell and back.
Well, it's also it's very much
CEO and stuff.
It's very much looking for a conclusion. Like it has a bias for what it wants the outcome to be. And
he's been explicitly clear about this. Rebs has blatantly said, "Hey guys, with your help, we can change Halo Studios' leadership." He has a very specific agenda. Rebs, if you're watching this, I've been following you for like 3-4 years at this point, man, with the Halo Infinite stuff, and I've liked your reporting, I've liked your stuff, but at this point, man, you have an agenda. You clearly want to oust Pierre and maybe others from the leadership because of things you've heard about the studio, and everything you report comes from that slant. In other words, anything you report, I cannot take seriously, or at least not that seriously.
And none of it was backed up by Jez's article. So he had said, Rebs had said he's heard all these things about Pierre and taken him to HR and then was calling for him to be ousted and tagging Asher Sharma and all this stuff. And Jez looked into it.
That's not what a reporter does, by the way.
And Jez had looked into it, and Jez could not confirm anything Rebs said, but said he had heard that similar sounding things about Pierre's brusque style and potential people going to HR.
I don't think is untrue. I imagine Pierre is ruffling a lot of feathers, is having people be, honestly, right? Kind of like, again, another really, really, really callous thing to say. Yes, that quote of his is probably
real. As long
as
it is not actually
out
abusive.
Of here or something, right? Which is obviously not appropriate for the workplace. I forget the exact quote they said he was, but it was like, get the F out of here or something like that. Have these people been in a workplace in their lives? Is what I'm kind of curious. For anyone who's maybe too young or hasn't been in workplaces, that whole thing of like, hey, when you're a professional, you don't swear and you're always really polite. That's not real life, guys.
And again, to not downplay any if there was actual abuse or harassment.
That's fair. Of course, yes.
But it always so good reporters, and you look at what Jason Trier will these are facts that I have voraciously verified after many hours, sometimes months of digging. And it's like the newest video today was about the roadmap for Halo's future and Halo 2 and 3 remakes being up in the air and other various things. They have nothing in the works. Everything's been canceled.
There was a multiplayer project, that Project Ecor,
which just
that was Battle Royale, then
was,
extraction shooter, then a Battle Royale, and then canceled.
Well, it's weird on that one because he said it was canceled. Jez said, "Yep, that is correct. It was." Also, part of that was like it was the mid last year it was canceled, but then also that at Halo Fan Fest this year the plan was to show it off, which is like, what's the timing on that?
It's super inconsistent.
But
and then apparently there was a Halo campaign that was just recently canceled. I don't really buy this stuff. I'll be completely honest. Like, it's just, I still think, and this might be being a little naive, I think we see something Halo related at Halo Fest. It's a big event. It's twice the size of Worlds last year, apparently, according to the venue spot. I think we either see a tease of Halo 2 if their timings are so quick that they can get that already coming out next year, or we see a tease of the next multiplayer game. I think we see one of those two.
I don't know what we're going to see. I just think that to report on things in the way that you have, the problem I have with it is that you are channeling it all through, as you said, Aarsal, one or two sources that do have a grudge, do hold have an agenda. So everything becomes colored with that. And two, you then treat everything as fact instead of what a lot of it is, which is hearsay. But then it becomes facts on the internet and you see everybody freaking out. And it's like,
none of the big sites report on it for a reason, because they would actually go and try and confirm it.
Yeah. And well, no, you'll see some sites do it.
I mean, the big, I meant the good ones.
Yeah. Well, Windows Central reports on it, which is surprising to me. Like they cover a lot of this stuff. But like, I get it. This hunger to find out what's going on.
And dude, look at the timings of these reports. It's kind of like how, no, it's politics. I'm not coming into it. But it's it's not a coincidence that all this stuff is coming out a week or 2 weeks before the studio's very next game. So when you tell me, hey, the studio's
first game, essentially,
the studio's first game, literally, when you tell me, hey, the studio's mismanaged, oh, this is why Campaign Evolved is going to be bad. But actually, no. If Campaign Evolved is good, it has nothing to do with leadership. It's up to the individual developers working on it. That's not how it works. You either get credit or you don't. It's that.
I was talking with I was talking with trained reporter journalists that we know. And like the time frame on actual reporting when it's not something super time sensitive or very easy to verify can be months. It can be weeks and months of working because you can't go by one or two people. You got to find more and more. You got to verify timelines because also human memory is very bad. Like eyewitness accounts are actually generally pretty bad in a lot of courts.
Rebs is backed up by the online group that still for some reason absolutely hates Halo, even though they pretend they're great big fans. And so he gets this backup and he thinks, oh, people are listening to me. Oh, I'm correct. Definitely, I can keep doing what I'm doing. That's not reality. And like one thing, what's interesting is Halo Studios actually, on Xbox, is they were very selective with their early access codes. And a lot of people that would have, I think, otherwise gotten them didn't, because they had been trashing Halo for a while or were very, just bad faith commenters.
Oh, for which one?
I'm glad to see that, to be honest.
Oh, for Campaign Evolved, it feels like everyone on the
Campaign
planet.
Evolved, even like before the review. I mean, even like the early access before the review, like the stuff you got to play.
Previews are a lot harder to get than actual review. I bet you 900 reviews come out on Thursday.
But they did the smart thing where they actually went into actual Halo content creators that aren't just completely trashing the game or arguing bad faith. Like, hey, do you want access to this? Do you want access to this? A lot of even lower level. I know we had struggled to get it. We did 100%, but a lot of people that had very little followers.
We were always on the list. It was just a weird confluence of events that made it take an extra day and a half.
Yeah. Anyways, I can go on Halo for a while. We can move.
Oh, I know.
Look at the report if you want. Look at idle slot summary of it if you want. But general rule of thumb is wait for more relevant information. I'm still mad at Jez for talking about Tatanka 5 years ago. I'll be honest. I'm still irritated about that.
Yeah, they'll make something like, but the reality of video game development is video games get cancelled all the fucking time.
I got to call out the elemental hero, the Shadowlink Dragon Wolf King, who said maybe the worst thing I've ever seen in chat. This honestly sounds. Oh wait, I got to do a devil voice.
This honestly sounds like they need to replace the people that were all in 343 and replace all who actually know Halo. Like Marty O'Donnell.
Snap.
If you're
Nah, bro,
not
you ain't gonna see that
trolling,
one.
I'm close to timing you out.
Either that
Holy
is
crap! I didn't read his last line. Oh my god!
Either that is a A-level troll, or but the Halo leadership has been replaced.
Literally.
Wholesale. Pierre wrangled MCC into something that's actually great.
Amazing.
You know who's
give
game
the
lead
dude a chance.
right now? Or, I forgot his exact role. Lead director, game director, or something. You know who's lead director right now at Halo Studios? Forge Lord. And he did an incredible job with Halo Infinite and keeping it alive when, oh man, it was flipping dying or dead.
He's in our Discord.
Yes, Michael Score is a really nice dude.
Back when we were going to do
drummer.
something called Forge Era. John.
Yeah, rock solid taste in music as well. But like equally the community helped keep Halo Infinite alive. And Halo Studios
He's not trolling.
arrived that.
He's not. He's not the person
Marty is a
Capcom.
musician and a composer. He's not going to program a better Halo game for you, bro. And also,
1 minute timeout.
yeah, like nah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's okay.
He's
We're okay.
busy
You want to know why? Just go look at
running for senator or something.
Yeah, no. Halo looks like it's going to be in the up. I still think. I know a lot of people think that the game might review bad because of all the noise with Xbox and stuff like that right now. But dude, it just looks so stupidly good. It has a nostalgia factor going for it. Again, I have not played this.
He
except for,
hasn't.
like,
He
2 years
hasn't
ago
played
at
this
Halo
Xbox.
Fest.
We're quiet.
Yeah, I've not played Halo campaign
even
Evolved
talked
at
to him
all, except
about
for the
it.
one time at Halo Fest. Sorry, at Halo Worlds. But just from what I've seen, from the streams I've seen, from the clips I've seen, from the stuff they've added into the game, I think this is going to review really well. Like mid 80s for sure, high 80s I think. And honestly, a part of me thinks this might break the 90 wall that FPS games have not broken for a while because it's a 90 FPS, 90 MC game being remade.
Well,
That's
it's
a game's
interesting
media.
because if I were to say to you when Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time,
Oh, that's an easy
remake
95.
comes out, now
98.
if they just
Yeah,
had it
honestly.
play exactly like how it played in 1997, except with a modern graphical shine,
Yeah.
is it still a 10 out of 10 game?
Well, what did it review on 3DS? I'm looking it up.
I have no
Okay,
idea.
so as a massive fan of Ocarina of Time, I don't think it was ever a 10 out of 10 game. I think there are very few 10 out of 10 games, if any, in existence. Maybe Ori 2, maybe. But it's a 9.5, I'd say. Yeah, still. That might be my nostalgia.
So
speak. Okay,
Ocarina
a nine
of
minimum.
Time on the N64 is a 99.
Holy flip. Okay.
It's not that many reviews, obviously, because it was back in 1998. So that is out of 20
magazines and crap.
22 reviews. It's at a 99. Then the 3D Ocarina of Time 3D on the 3DS is a 94.
Yeah, honestly, John, I think that's kind of not necessarily a fitting score. I think it should be a 9 out of 10. It's a really damn good game.
Halo campaign, Halo CE Combat Evolved,
Original
from
CE, yep.
2001,
Yep.
is I think a 97 on Metacritic.
On Metacritic? Yeah.
It's
This is
one
back
of the
when FPS
highest.
games would actually get
It's
good
one of the
scores.
highest rated games of all time.
Yeah, because it was at
And-
an era where there was only 20 to 30. And so if a game was good, it was just 5 out of 5s across the board.
Not just that. In the 2000s, FPS games were scored high. Still, in the last 15 years, that has completely disappeared. There hasn't been a single FPS game to break the 90 wall. I think
Doom's
Literally
DLC
since-
was it until it dropped on both in the last few days. Halo Combat
That's
Evolved is a
fantastic to
97 on Metacritic.
But like, think of the best FPS game you've played in the last 15 years. It's not 90 MT. It's just the genre just doesn't give the people the 10 out of 10s that a narrative game or a third-person game gives.
Yeah, they went
Really frustrating 'cause it
97,
should not be the case.
95, 94 between Halo 1, 2, and 3. ODST was at an 80.
Halo 3 had a lower rating than Halo 2. That's
Yep.
crazy.
Then ODST was an 83.
That's deserving. That's a good
And
score.
then Reach was a 91.
So
Then Halo 4 was an
like-
87.
there's a lot of nostalgia for
Yes.
Halo,
Halo 5 and
That's why I
84.
think it's gonna hit it, dude. I have faith, bro. I think it will.
but also there's a lot of hate
Yeah, you're not
for
wrong.
Xbox out there right now. They got to be punished in some form by the kingmakers out
I guess
there.
it really depends on who's reviewing the game for the outlets that are playing them.
Yeah.
Is it someone who absolutely detests Xbox like crazy, or is it a fan who played the
I
original game
trust
way back?
most
and wants to-
people. The issue is it's because there are games that people give a 10, I'd give a 5. Like I would give Super Mario Odyssey is excellently made. I'd probably give it an 8.5, and I'd be on the lowest end of that because I find it dreadfully dull to actually go through and collect stuff.
I give Wonder like an 8 at most.
Yeah, but like if I look up Super Mario Odyssey, it's what, a 97? I would, at the most, I'd be a 9. It's excellently made. I just find the act of playing it dreadfully dull after a while. I don't like collectathons. And sometimes people are reviewing things they just don't like.
Yes.
That genre. It's never going to hit for them.
But I mean, for a game as big as Halo, I imagine every outlet should still have someone
but even
who's
then,
either played or liked or knows of the game.
You'd think that, but it's just not the way. I mean, there's so many. When there's 200 reviews for a game, there's a lot of those outlets are 1 or 2 people. You can't like everything, but you got to cover it because it's going to get your views.
Fair.
But it's also 200 people out of what if 10 million play it? Like, it doesn't actually matter in the long run, but it feels like
if it was just a remake, like Oblivion remastered, I'd fully agree with you. I'd expect like low 80s. Hey, it's just a remake. It's cool. Yes, go play Halo. But they're doing a lot with this game, man. They added like 15 skulls. I can literally fight Flood in the very first level of Halo CE. What the hell? That is so cool.
I wish I could talk about it some more. It's just roll on next week.
If they give this game a fair chance, it should score at minimum mid 80s, in my opinion. Minimum. It should be higher.
We haven't played a second half, so your opinion means nothing.
Forge.
But also, we got a super chat
multiplayer
about.
We do from Alvin.
Did you say Forge? Sorry.
1933, who says Titanfall 2 was within 15 years, kind sir, and could be had for the cost of.
Wait, Titanfall 2 is over 90 per minute?
Nope.
Really?
Titanfall 2,
it is
single player campaign is.
It is very close.
It's an 89.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Again, when I say over 90, I mean 90. Yeah. That is a wall that
maybe it is on Xbox. No, it's even lower on Xbox. 87, 86 on PC. So Titanfall 2 is all-timer campaign, all-timer multiplayer, and excellent horde mode, which I don't know if many people play.
There is a game, by the way. There is one game that I know of that is an FPS game that broke past the 90 wall. It's sitting at 93 in Metacritic, but it doesn't count. So that's it.
You have to say what it is now. It's going to be dropped.
You guys don't know what game I'm talking about? Come on, think about it. A really good FPS game, but doesn't count. Highly rated, 93.
How old is it?
Alex.
Oh.
Yes. Yep. Right. People bring that up to me when they say, "Oh, FPS games don't make it." No, that game doesn't. Remove the VR aspect of Half-Life Alex. I'm sure it's still a really good game.
It's thoroughly mediocre. It's completely built to be controlled in VR. Like it's not a. Half-Life 2 is overrated. I'll say that. Half-Life 2 has some of the best levels I've ever played, but a bunch of shitty ones. I'm on anonymous super tip. Cologne or bust. We're at $35 already. We're almost there, John.
That's sick. Awesome.
Thanks.
Almost there, getting it there. Sorry, my bad. I'm essentially taking a little bit of Nick's role here by talking a lot, but let's move on.
That's kind of like all the news. There's a bunch of little stuff, but I'm not going to worry about it because
I could tell when Jesse gave Dark Scrolls a 5 out of 10, he wasn't a fan out of indie games like that. I love little indie games, and Dark Scrolls is like a 62 or something. I'm not even that far off of it. Dark Scrolls Open Critic. It is a 64. I was not that far off. I was further off on Redfall. Yell at me about that.
yeah, we will. We will yell at you about Redfall.
I think that's the one I'm the furthest off on. It was like 30.
And even that, Redfall was review bombed. It's not a 50 MC game, guys.
It's a 57, and I gave it an 85. Yeah. So I was 28 off, which I think is the most I've ever been above. I've definitely been lower than that. Ocarina of Time's great, by the way. I really like Ocarina of Time, and I think it's amazing. Game. It's just when you see a 99 out of 100, it was a very different time. It's like pitching records in baseball now versus the 1920s. Like, it's just a different thing.
Like, the biggest question I've been asking myself as I sit down to review Halo Campaign Evolved, and again, if anyone from Microsoft watching, I am not talking about the game. I'm talking about my review process. Is like detaching or trying to remain objective, because I have, admittedly, a huge amount of nostalgia and love for the original game. The original game in 2001 is why I am here, is why I am on this show. It opened doors for me. The video game, and I know it's just a game. It opened doors and led to this platform and this show even existing. It ignited a passion in me. So I have to sit there and acknowledge that I feel that way about the series, and then think about what I like and what I don't
But,
like about
John,
this new
wouldn't that-
version of the game.
Wouldn't the weight of that game that it has in your life, wouldn't that make it even more difficult for something like this remake that's trying to recreate that thing
Yes.
or doing something? It'd make it even harder for this game to review well in your eyes, right? Like in certain sense.
I can detach myself from what was and what is.
That's fair.
So,
Most reviewers should be
they're
able
two
to.
different.
But
They're two
most
different
fans.
things.
Yes.
So I have to view it through the lens of what is it today? What am I getting for my, my $50 or whatever it is? And that's all being taken into account, and which is why I've put in such a stupid amount of time into it, because I really want to. I want to be able to have played so much that I can actually then step away, because there's nothing worse in this job than, and Jesse has done this enough to probably be able to speak to this pretty well, to grind your way through something as quick as you can and then have no time to sit and digest on how you feel about it. And the better written reviews are the ones where I've had plenty of time to really sit and give room to my thoughts.
Hey.
So it's just I want to do a good job, and I want to make sure that I get what's great, maybe what's not great about it across to the player.
You know what's interesting, John? As someone who watches, actually, Jesse, you want to do the super chat or the?
It's just it's a different topic. It's thoughts on Jason's opinions on Day One Game Pass going away.
Yes,
and
I
studio
saw that
leadership
tweet.
to testing Game Pass. We can get into that after.
Really quick,
opinions I ignore.
About Halo, right? Is just because of Halo CE being in the news so much, I've noticed more and more like, let's play Halo CE for the first time. Videos pop up on YouTube like a month ago, 2 or 3 months ago. What I'm really hoping from this game is to kind of reignite interest into the franchise. Myself personally, I have essentially lined up. My sister just got married recently. Her husband has never played a Halo game, I think, at least not a campaign. She herself has played them years ago. I'm now trying to line up like a full Halo franchise run with them two and my other brother just going together. The only game, Halo 2, is still only 2 players. That remake cannot come soon enough. And Halo 5 is still only on Xbox. PC port for that cannot come soon enough. But otherwise, like, this
You gotta get them on the
reignited
cloud.
franchise. Literally, right? The reignitement of the franchise is what I'm really hoping from this game, and I think we'll get it.
Yeah, and that's what the
We'll see,
remake's
but-
generally for. That I mean, even the Dead Space remake, which was pretty much my quintessential perfect remake, and I always yell at Nick,
good.
it's not
Holy
the same game. Go back and play Dead Space like I did, and then play the remake.
Wait,
and the remake.
has Nick not played the Dead Space remake?
No, he has, but he's always like, "Oh, it's not that much of a remake compared to like Resident
my
Evil
God.
4." I'm like, "No, Resident Evil 4 is far less of a remake, and it's a huge remake."
Yeah.
But Dead Space literally rebuilt the entire game into one actual cohesive thing in a way you're
Like, I barely played the
not
original game
used
because I
to.
was way too scared, and even I could tell this is like significant.
Yeah, but like it immediately, and that game did very well. It just wasn't going to be good enough to make more money for them than Battlefield, I imagine.
I don't know. EA, I think maybe expectations were too high or
Well,
something.
no,
Dude,
no,
3 million
it was
sold,
very
whatever it
much
was.
the we want to turn Battlefield into COD, and that is a much
So
higher.
they needed that.
That's so much higher of a ceiling than anything Dead Space could do. So that's just where it
I don't
comes
know.
down
Battlefield
to.
can ever be COD. It's such
No,
a
it
different
can't.
kind of game, man. It's,
Battlefield 6 is getting into an amazing place now. The same thing that happens every year. It takes half a year to a year. They're adding in the Navy. They're making bigger maps. They're giving people what they want. It's in a good place for the main Battlefield game, not the shit that they got everyone else onto with the friggin' the Battle Royale and all that other stuff that no one cared about. Like Battlefield has its players that want this, and they keep trying to do other things, and it's sold incredibly well, but then just player counts nosedive. With Halo, it's a weird thing because every part of it has been big. The campaigns have been huge. The multiplayer has been huge. The Forge community is huge. The firefight
the machinima community's huge.
Yeah, there's so much around it that you can jump into all of it.
These Halo games have like an RP community, like a relatively thriving RP. By RP, I mean roleplay community. There's a significant amount of people that go to Halo games, Halo 5, Infinite, Reach, or whatever. And I did not know this because I guess I aged out or I'm not American, but they'll friggin' do like clan wars or castle wars. And they'll like role play being in the military and having ranks. And like, you got to do like drills and you got to run through this jump thing made in Forge. Like, there's a huge part of Halo that just you don't really see unless you interact with like people. I don't know. I'm really excited, man. And I think the IP is still big enough to kind of get new people to play the game as well, including young people. We'll see. We will see. Oh, I cannot wait. Oh, I'm not going to buy the early access. No, it's only 5 days. I'm still playing other things. I will wait it out.
Will you though?
I
I mean, my boy has come in while I've been playing, and he's been like, "Is that Halo?"
Oh
And
my
I'm
god,
like-
it looks so good.
and I'm like, "Yeah," and he's
Dude,
just
the
sat.
battle rifles in the game. I cannot wait. I need to play this game. Holy crap.
three new missions as well.
Yes, I'm excited for that, definitely. But what I'm really most excited about is just seeing the reinterpretations of really iconic moments. I need to see how they handle the flood reveal. Obviously, that's the go-to. I need to see what they did with the warthog chase at the end, because it's like one of my core child memories of all flipping time is that chase. Like so many things, even like how they handle keys, how they handle the initial crash, like. So much. I was not this excited about the game before, I'll be honest, until I actually saw footage and like realized you were actually changing things. Then my excitement came in where I'm like, whoa, I'm in now. Like,
Well, on that excited note, let's deal with that super tip that came through and quickly talk about that topic.
Yep.
Hit me up with what that said, please,
It was
Jesse.
thoughts on Jason's opinion on Day One Game Pass going away, opinion, and Xbox Studio leadership detesting Game Pass, more report.
I have his full quote if you want. Jason's, I mean.
Mhm.
According to Jason Schreier, there are a lot of people out there in the studio leadership within Xbox who absolutely detest Game Pass and think it has destroyed the value of their games. Think it has taken away from the value of all games in general, just as a service, and just has contributed to a lot of just. Why are you using just so much? It's been a detriment to the game industry and those people's views because of how it devalues games. That makes sense. Yes. And then he says, I think they keep it going regarding Game Pass and Day One, but at some point they're going to just remove Day One sales because that makes no sense anymore. Are Jason's words.
I mean,
the thing that I always come back to, and I'm sorry to cut you off, John. Free to play has done more damage than anything else for people buying stuff, especially because free to play has damaged free to play, and that people aren't like a lot of people just buy games or just load free to play games and never spend a penny in them. So they're just losing money off of those people because they're all server based. And I did Tiberius. We will get to it.
I disagree with Jason a lot here. I think just because it's Jason Schreier saying it doesn't mean it's certainly correct. It's going to happen. I still think Asha has committed more to Game Pass Day One than the opposite. She's recommitted. I've mentioned this before many times. She's recommitted to Day One on the showcase. She didn't. If they were really thinking of letting go of Day One Game Pass, right? They would not have gotten Persona 6 Day One on Game Pass.
They probably had that for a while.
But that was unknown. It was unknown. No one knew it was happening for sure. If they really didn't want to spend tens of millions on it.
This leadership, I don't think, is planning super far ahead right now. So, and the Day One didn't work for one specific franchise. It's been pretty fun. Like Doom: The Dark Ages did great on Game Pass. It had a ton of the issue with it is it didn't sell on the platforms that didn't have Game Pass as well as Eternal did because it was too expensive.
You bring that up and people just get quiet.
Well, it was too expensive in most markets. It was really poorly priced. It shouldn't have been $70 in the US, and it should not have been 80 or higher, the equivalent in a lot of other places on Steam and PS5. And speaking of PS5, I didn't put it in there, but they're also potentially introducing regional pricing, which might be actually make things more expensive in some countries. We'll have to see.
PS5's introducing regional pricing?
Supposedly.
Interesting.
Allegedly.
Interesting.
I think that Jason's probably on the money in terms of the division of thoughts in terms of it, because you are seeing studios do what they're told, make a game for Game Pass. Game gets played on Game Pass but doesn't sell. Studio gets cut. What the fuck? We were doing what we were told to do. The real answer is it's more complicated and there's a lot more context and nuance to it than good, bad, black and white. I
would push back there a little bit in the sense that a lot of those games did not play a lot on Game Pass.
Get played a
some
lot.
Didn't. Kind of the unfortunate. I would say I think most, dude. I think like Avowed and those ones did fine, but Outer Worlds 2 I'm pretty sure underperformed.
But Microsoft pushed a creative first approach. Phil Spencer's era was creative first, which is arguably what everybody wanted. That writes about games, but it's not the reality in the commercial space where games operate. They have to make products people want to play.
The worst thing for art has always been the taste of the masses.
Yeah. Yes.
So,
but even in that regard, sorry, John, cutting off again really quick, because the people that write about it, they didn't show up either, right? That's what really irritates me. For like Hellblade 2, for example, that's a fantastic game, one of the best games I've ever played in my life. The people that write about games, they should have been there. They didn't.
Oh no, they were there.
Like, the audience
hated it.
That's what I mean.
They said it's not a game enough. It's not enough of a game. Like, it's not what we wanted.
I can't fault these studios. I can't fault even Phil, these guys for doing this, because like they did their jobs, man. In so many ways, they did their flipping jobs.
Not technically. Their jobs are not to be good or to help anyone. It's to make more money.
That's fair. But the studios did their jobs, and like the people just whatever. Sorry.
Basically, all I'm saying is that there's probably a reasonable amount of division in terms of how different studio leaders feel about Game Pass. Yeah. I think the jury's out on whether Microsoft will fully stick to it, to be honest. I think they will right now because it is the brand. Yeah. Until they can kind of revive it in other ways.
Do the math. Yeah. How many game sales do they need to make up $5 billion? Exactly. More than they get from their first party, probably twice or 3 times over on most years. Like the actual, we'll just take it out of it and then that'll fit. It's like, no, man, they're making money. The issue was what they want from their first party completely changed. But I don't think that change means that Game Pass doesn't work for most things anymore.
A game like Starfield, we got the hours, right? 1 billion hours played, roughly 58 hours per person on average compared to the people that played it. That is probably one of the most successful Game Pass stories out there, I want to say. Because such a long form game like that, first off, if you're a Game Pass subscriber, I know people say, if you only play one game, you can just buy that game. No one will buy a game full price if you're a Game Pass subscriber. It's not how it works. You'll play it through the subscription, right? Unless you keep coming out to Starfield for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever, right? Multiple years. And you're sub throughout that time. Well, you've now spent more money than just...
It goes against... So it's like it trains people to not spend money when it's the opposite. It trains people to keep spending money. To keep...
Exactly.
Free-to-play trains you to not spend money. I can play Fortnite. I can play Wuthering Waves. I can get my big titty goth girls to look as good as I want without ever spending a penny because they want to pull you in at the beginning. And if you're not a FOMO person, if you want
them to look really good, you do gotta spend some money.
But even then, if you do it like once and you buy one $20 outfit, but you play that game for 4 years and you're using their servers and all this shit, you are costing them money.
I mean, that was me in League of Legends for like
that's
8 years.
One of the main issues with free to play right now is that it's either the whales or bust for the most part because everyone's broke. And you're giving all this work away free to play on the expectation that people are going to end up spending more than they would buying a game. And if they don't, you're screwed. But when you do have a constant sub that, as Phil has stated many times before he left, the people who are on there spend more money. Sarah Bond said it. They've always said it. And it made $5 billion in fiscal year 25. And if you don't believe executives when they're positive, don't believe them when they're overly negative. Because right now, Xbox is using their fuzzy math, as good old GW would say, to make everything sound way worse than possible. It's not that they're not making money. It's that the way you amortize your stuff, the way you calculate all your stuff, you can always shift numbers to match what you want to do. And they wanted to fire 3,200 people, and so they made it sound as shit as possible.
By the way, it worked so flipping well. Even right now, you see people going, yes, why would they even be working on Avowed? Only work on Fallout. This is what we all wanted. It worked. They justified the layoffs by essentially saying, hey, yeah, we were doing bad, but now we're going to do what you want us to do. And they're like, okay, thank you, Xbox.
And then a lot of the smaller shows and a lot of things are like, we've seen it on our Discord where I'm like, hey, no, you don't have to downplay the work people have done and the stuff that you don't have to, you don't have to play defense because that does happen sometimes, not generally with us, as far as I know, because Nick's the exact opposite, actually. He's always on the offense. But, like, it's never as good as they say. It's never as bad as they say. They will say the things, that whole line. They say what they need to say when they say it. Isn't just good or bad. It is, I am the figurehead of this billion-dollar industry, one of the top 250 in the world, even when you're Xbox. Everything I say can shift market share for us a little bit. Really small for Xbox because Microsoft itself is so big and they're a 8 or 9% piece of the pie. But everything you say matters. There are laws against all of it. Not that that matters as much these days with this regime. But what you say matters, and they will say things that mean almost nothing, but sound like they're saying something. And if it matches what you want to feel, negative or positive, you believe it or you hate it. And it's never that simple.
It's kind of nonsense, really.
We're in a nonsense industry.
You mentioned a super chat, I think, from Tiberius.
Super tip from Tiberius. I put it into the private chat if you would like to read it. Because I'm taking community questions today because you took it the other day.
Okay. Tiberius Monk says, one of the reasons I continue to support DayOne is your nuanced take on the video game industry and its culture. It's easy to be doom and gloom, but it's great for sites like DayOne to get into the why behind decisions made in the industry. It's one of my big goals is to get to the point where we are able to effectively sit down at the big boys table and ask the big questions. It's something that I'm always working towards, even if our peers out there think that we're a fan site or whatever nonsense. Like,
God.
We do have fans for our site who are in their Discords and don't realize that they just tell me all the bullshit they say.
Yeah, like we work really hard. This whole team does. Volunteers and the people that are full-time. And the support that we get from everyone means a lot. And we're just constantly trying to push to do more. We'll get there. I believe it. Everything we've done since the rebrand, the trajectory that we're on has just been better and better.
We're really high in Google searches right now.
Nice.
Yep.
That's okay.
Everything's trending in the way that I want it to.
Fix yet, by the way, because you guys know
we were never good.
Bing search was really Bing search. Xbox One was. I mean, Xbox One was pretty well, but I think DayOne's still struggling there. Curious.
I put pathogenic review and we're number 1.
And Bing?
So we do exist. We are indexed. We literally were not indexed before. For a lot
that
of
might
stuff.
be literally the problem. I couldn't find anything. That makes sense.
You could search DayOne review Starfield, and we wouldn't show up. We were not indexed. You could put Playday.1 Starfield review, and I was like 4th page.
Asking the whys of why something happens does not mean you're defending it. Does not mean you're
justifying it. Tell that to Nick server.
Does not mean you even agree with it. It just means you're a flippin' adult and you're capable of putting 2 things together and you have more than 2 brain cells and you can try and understand, because if you don't know the whys, you won't know the whats. Knowing the whys is what lets you understand what is happening when it's going to happen. Pretending things are happening because everyone's bad at their jobs or they hate you specifically, you right there in that Discord, they hate you. Pretending that's why they're happening is not the way to understanding anything. Anyways, yeah, sorry. And yes, Bing is fixed. It shows up now. Nice.
Things got heavy there for a minute.
I'm sick and tired of being like, oh, you're defending people because you want to know the reasons behind something. No, that's not true. I want to know the reasons because I want to know what is happening, why it's happening, so I can know what is happening when it's going to happen.
You go.
That's simple.
Go off, girl. You got your soapbox.
All right. It's that point in the show where we do want to acknowledge all of the wonderful people that make it possible for us to do this sort of thing. Head to places like SGF, try and fund ourselves to go to Gamescom, and all the crazy things that we try and pull off every year. It's you guys listening, you guys watching right now. We owe you a big amount of love, and it's well deserved because you're all amazing. If you want to support us directly, you can do so by heading to playday.one/memberships. It is absolutely far and away the best way to support us every month. It's pretty cheap, $3.99. That's all it costs to keep us alive for another month. You get lots of cool members-only content for doing it, so you should probably do that. One of the perks of some of our members is the ability to ping us with community questions every week, and we are going to dive into those right now.
I'm saying you can read them if you want. I just joked that we had talked about flip-flopping.
If you want
them.
to, I don't mind. I'm not a little bitch like Nick. I'm not precious about it.
This is my thing. I read it this is mine. He's so OCD.
Do you want to do the forum?
I got them both open. I'm just going to do them.
Okay, all right. You go.
Monsieur Jordan Enda, who is back. Category: myself and Xbox's lack of representation. Hello, gents. Oh wait, no, he's British. Hello, gents. Well, that's right. I won't do it. That's right. Your favorite executive producer is back. Now I have no idea who the executive producer is anymore because I can't see like I could on Patreon. So I'm very glad you're an executive producer. Thank you. Not that I have ever really left, just cost of living and maintaining a website. Did you miss me? I didn't. I noticed you were not around. Now, I saw John's tweet the other day regarding the lack of Xbox console reviews, and it got me thinking, who is really to blame for Xbox's lack of representation in the media, and can it be fixed? Keep up the great work. John, we've gone over this a million times.
Straight
It
up,
is
that's a
not
huge question,
just the
but-
media. It is also on Xbox actually having a certification program. Their codes are rarely ready at the same time Steam's are.
Yes.
And often not when PlayStation's are.
Xbox needs to do a better job.
That is
Absolutely.
one of the things mentioned in their GDK update for next gen is faster certification,
Yeah.
which they need because if they want people to use their GDK for every platform, people are not going to want to wait when they're used to Steam saying, "Hey, you're a real person. You can post whatever you want. Here's Sex with Hitler 3's latest update."
Yeah, so I have made this aware. I did take the opportunity when I saw some Microsoft folks. I did kind of like raise the flag. I was like, "Are you guys aware that this is a problem? It's very frustrating for many teams, but it's also just looks terrible for them. So they should probably do something about it. Fingers crossed that they'll be able to make a change. But yeah, it's not the media's fault per se, but also the media is a microcosm of the wider market. And
Exactly.
at the end of the day, every person who gets offered a code is often said, "Hey, where do you want to play?"
And often it's what can I get earliest? And if they're all the same, they are going for PS5.
Yep.
Yeah. So it is what it is. But while I'm on the topic, just a quick heads up for anybody listening. Jordan Andau has got a new podcast called the Between Levels podcast. I saw that it got launched a few weeks back with himself, Sar the TV, and Fighting Cowboy. They sit down and they chat about video games. You can go and tune in and watch it on YouTube and stuff. So go give it a look. I will drop the official Twitter account in the chat.
It costs
Those that
$30
are
by the way,
interested.
Jordan.
Yeah.
We're pretty cheap for now. It's going to be $300 next week.
Ad reads are expensive.
Imagine if we had one.
All right. Yeah. Next question.
From the lovely Tiberius Monk. Category: What's in a name? Hello, everyone, with the fantastic DayOne show featuring John, Jesse, and Aarsal. Recently,
Friends.
I came across a video game in the Sword Art Online universe titled Echoes of Aincrad, and I was immediately repulsed by how awful that name sounds. It sounds exactly like something from a commercial for a medical product. Talk to your doctor and ask if Aincrad might be right for you.
Isn't it Aincrad?
I mean, maybe it's AINCRAD. You want to call it Aincrad, that's fine. Hearing John discuss his dislike for the title Ace Combat 8, Wings of Thief, in a prior show inspired my community question for this week. What are one or two video game names that you feel have incredibly poor, weird, or downright bizarre titles, and why?
Oh.
Thanks for the wonderful show. Hope Pumpkin is doing well. Have a great day, and take care.
Okay, Japanese light novels are not included in this because their titles are absolutely insane. We can't.
Okay, I'm going to go The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales. No one cares about Elliot.
Yeah, that's rough.
Like the adventures of this guy you've never heard of. Who gives a shit?
It's really hard to pull a game name like
Combat Evolved. Always stupid name.
There was a game. I just looked up right now to make sure I got it right in 2010, and the title was both terrible and also interesting. It was a game called Resonance of Fate, and it's just kind of like just 3 words put together. Right? Like, but it was fun. I got it for my Xbox 360 at the time, and but yeah, that title was just kind of iffy. I don't know. Maybe people in chat have played it.
There's a lot. I just can't think of one.
Like, I don't think Vampire Crawlers, the Turbo Wildcard from Vampire Survivors, is a good name. It should just be Vampire Crawlers.
Wait,
it is funny.
The full name? What?
That's the full name of the actual game. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Interesting.
They were going for funny, but yeah.
Yeah, like it's whatever. Like I could probably scroll through my games played list and find a few that I'm just like, ugh. Like, why have you called it that? It's a terrible name. But off the top of my head, I can't think of any. But there are definitely loads out there. Yeah, you know, Is it Senua Saga Hellblade 2?
Oh,
which is now
yes.
Hellblade 2
Ooh.
Senua Saga.
That whole name
It should have
thing
just
is-
been Hellblade 2.
Yeah, and
we
they
didn't
finally
need-
realized that. It took a while.
Yeah.
It's interesting watching reactions to the third game, and a lot of people not recognizing it as Hellblade, but recognizing it as Senua. That surprised me a bit. Yeah.
Like, why is it called Senua? It should just be called
Straight up.
Hellblade 3.
Straight up, right?
Like-
Like, what the flip?
Like,
Because
but then
it's not- it's
equally,
the
it's a
Hellblade
huge
titles-
gameplay departure.
Yeah, the Hellblade titles were more narrative focused. This is an character action game.
Yeah.
There's a Nintendo DS game called Touch Dick DIC. There's a dictionary out.
Wow.
That was the translation.
That's a
from
fantastic
Japanese, yeah.
Yeah. But yes, it's definitely a thing.
There was WTF on the PSP. Work time fun.
I would say some 360 games had just absurd names.
Mm.
I'd have to go
Kakuto
back and
Chojin.
remember them. But yeah, like it's just...
Yeah. And just on that note of Pumpkin doing well, she is. She had the
Nice.
vets earlier this week. She has got to stay in this cage for
So bad he's been there all show, but
3
can't see
more
him.
weeks. in
3
the
more
cage.
weeks?
But she's allowed
Wait.
out
What the hell,
4
really?
times a
Oh.
day for around 20 minutes.
How does she move when she's out? Is she like pretty active?
She's
or-
walking. She's walking better, but she's very
Weak,
wobbly
yeah.
still. But
Okay.
she's a good girl. She's a very.
As long as she's eating, right?
Yeah, she's doing well.
That's good.
She's on the mend.
good.
She's absolutely on the mend. So it's good times. All right. Moving over to the forum for 5 questions before we're out of here.
Mm-hmm. First one up, my brother. Happy podcast 323, Brave Warriors.
Now, I wasn't surprised when... Oh, wait, I was trying to do his voice. That's way too much.
He's a little deeper than me. Now, I wasn't surprised when Project Hail Mary was as great as it was, given who wrote it and directed it. And I normally would, as Nick says, assume that a Nolan film would also be great. But it's a summer blockbuster, and those are usually very shallow and dumb. Now, I gotta wait. NRX gave a tip. Thank you very much. It's just in the way of me reading it through OBS. Now, I'm admittedly judgmental, and friggin' why would I assume that Nolan would fall under the same summer blockbuster tropes? Fucking Inception came out in July too, and that was always my favorite Nolan flick until this one. No spoilers, but what a true epic. So he's talking about the Odyssey. He didn't say that yet.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited.
My
I'm watching it
question this
tomorrow at
week
11.
is, do you think your absentee Greek friend will ever see the Odyssey? Yes, I do. Or will he
Isn't
protest
he currently
it if
like
it's
living
just
the
an-
Odyssey, bro? Like,
Kinda. Well, he's around actual Greek people, unlike that movie.
Fair
I mean,
enough.
if you listen to him, everybody is originally of Greek heritage, even Lupita, who Nolan dared to present as the Black Helen of Troy like some DEI woke as fuck filthy lefty. Oh, shit, sorry, wrong show. That was meant for a different podcast. Haha. I would like to. I would contribute to that MAGA Artie and band of merry morons. I've actually never listened to a single episode, so I can't agree.
I've only seen clips here and there.
But yes, it was funny the blowout over that movie, having a trans man play a man with Elliot Page, having one of the most attractive people on the in human history, as far as I'm concerned, playing Helen of Troy. And now it's making $250 million this weekend worldwide.
Yep, I'm so glad it's doing so. Have you guys seen it yet?
Tomorrow at 12:30.
In the morning, right?
Hmm?
Obviously, yes.
Well, I mean,
I'm seeing
no,
it next week.
noon.
IMAX.
Next week, dude, I had to mute Odyssey from Twitter because everyone was okay. People were like posting clips, physical clips from the movie. Like,
I just
Right,
can scan past.
It's a
that stuff. It doesn't
2,800-year-old poem.
I just had so many. I know, and I know the story. I've read the book, but like the book, and then I had to mute Odyssey, and then I had to mute OYD, YASSEY. People kept misspelling it too, and that's popping up in my.
But
feed
it's
too.
also an incredibly old poem.
Yes, I cannot wait. I'm watching it tomorrow. I'm probably gonna watch it again
Yeah.
at least once or twice.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to IMAX because of the seats at our IMAX theater absolutely kill Amanda's back.
Oh, it's
so we
not
just-
the recliner for IMAX right near you.
So they have one, but it doesn't feel nearly as good as the
Okay,
digital laser
okay.
ones we have. But we're actually
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to for a actual 70 millimeter film,
Dude,
but not
same here.
Not 70 millimeter IMAX, but 70
Yeah.
millimeter film on a regular thing. Because it's
Same
like,
here.
yeah, why not?
I'm
Yeah.
really glad that more theaters are doing this. It's not IMAX, but it is 70M, so it's gonna be crystal clear.
Yeah.
I watched.
And then-
I'm.
Oh.
Sorry.
Another super tip. I'm probably going to go in IMAX next week at some point as well.
Exactly. I'm very fortunate to live near literally, I think within a 3 to 4 hour drive, 70mm IMAX theaters. So I did watch Oppenheimer and Dune 2 in 70mm IMAX, and it is, even though both my seats were terrible because the seats booked out, it's incredible. Dune 3, I'm going to buy that seat immediately, drive 4 hours to Toronto and watch it. But I'm really excited to see just 70mm. Like, hopefully really good.
And Tegan says, excuse me, who's the most attractive? I would say Lupita Nyong'o is a very beautiful lady that many, back then especially, many men would have launched many ships to try and get back. But we got a couple of super tips. We got one from Anorexic, who gave $5 saying, speaking of titles, do you think Asher will focus on less confusing branding for the Xbox console hardware going forward? No joke. All my friends find it frustratingly confusing. No. They will never get the naming conventions right.
Oh, Xbox? Oh, yeah. If we could say consoles, I would have just said Xbox in a heartbeat. I'm sorry. It's just, unless you do Xbox 6, nothing's going to be, like, easy.
Elliot Page is a very handsome man, but no, people aren't. I mean, that was a lady role.
Yeah. There's no way Xbox won't name it something ridiculous.
Yep.
Though, technically, the Xbox console right now is Xbox. The name of the console platform, as they showed at FanFest, is Xbox. It is not Xbox Series. This version of the Xbox is the Series S or Series X.
Yeah. Which is why I always figured the next Xbox would have been Series X2, but I don't
Series
think they're
double S, Series SS for the, and then they're really courting the right wingers. All right, next question from Hytham G.
Yo.
Statement. Oh wait, I can just do this.
Statement. When it comes to Xbox Microsoft ways of handling gaming as a whole thing is something I want to express is this. When it comes to Game Pass xCloud and ROG Ally, I thought those things were a smart idea to think outside the box when it comes to sell of Xbox not doing so well in the market. But another thing I see as smart way to think outside the box more, as you all know, the Xbox originated games being multiplat if you are Sea of Thieves that has 2.5 million users and Forza Horizon 5 with over 5 million on PS5. Though some weren't successful, but with other Xbox games planned to go multiplat, I still imagine Halo Remake being a smash hit being multiplat. Also, when it comes to Xbox buying ABK, the only reason I want it bought is because I wanted my 3 favorite game, Overwatch, saved, though I am glad they are redeeming it bit by bit. But if they got PvE in Overwatch, I'll kill for it, or ill kill for it, if that happened, but hey, a man can dream. So, that is all my thoughts on Xbox and Microsoft as a whole on that strategy moving forward. P.S. When they did this as an Xbox campaign, which I haven't mentioned on part of my statement, I thought it'd be a smart way to think outside the box, despite Asha shutting it down. Though, I can't fathom on her how she'll help Xbox moving forward. So that's all I say to that.
All
right.
Okay.
I haven't missed a good old calling, but I'm going to get to it, I promise. Oh, wait, actually, it was about the last topic. Good old Collingwood's
so well. Holy crap.
Good old Collingwood's $3 was Christopher Nolan is the rich man's Michael Bay. Not my quote.
Hey, yeah, I mean, I
Horrible
don't
insult
disagree with that.
I hate Michael Bay movies.
Well, come on, The Rock is incredible.
Yeah,
I liked it at the time. I tried rewatching it a few months ago.
Dude, it's more poignant today than ever, bro. Yes. Oh my god. Like the message The Rock is still giving. Like
losers go home and whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
That line didn't age the best.
Prom queen. Amazing. Come on.
I liked it a lot when I was younger. I didn't like it when I watched it a while ago.
I really like the first 2 Transformers movies. I think all 3 hold up really well. In my opinion.
Man, you really fucked up your Ferrari. It's not mine.
They're really well made. Also, he seems to put stunt actors in positions you shouldn't. They almost get hurt, or they do. But I can't watch Shia LaBeouf. I can't do it.
Oh yeah, I used to be.
The movies are well made,
Stevens,
but yeah.
So I used to be a huge fan of his.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know a little anecdote about Pumpkin is when she's really happy, which she is right now, she's purring, she dribbles, and it is disgusting. It is free flowing like a river of this gelatinous fishy dribble, and it's everywhere. It's just right now, and then she'll shake her head, and it will spray on your face. It's gross. But we wouldn't change her. I put her on camera so everyone can see the pumpkins. She's coming out for a cuddle. Good girl.
Yeah, we got
some gnarly scars as well.
Skedaddle. If you're watching, I repeat that one for next week because it is for Nick. His question. So yeah, I would save that one for next week. So I'm going to go to Didact.
Wait, one sec. What was Hytham's?
Oh wait, what was?
He doesn't ask questions.
He had something about Asha and.
I just read a bunch of statements.
No, I swear there was a question halfway through, and then he started doing more.
There was
statements.
no question mark. It was a statement.
It says, "So that is all my thoughts on Xbox and my." Oh, sorry.
So that is all my thoughts on Xbox and Microsoft as a whole on that strategy moving forward.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
It's just
You mentioned
just
something
statements.
from good old Collingwood that you weren't going to forget. That
Yes.
was on the last topic.
No, that was a Christopher Nolan is the smart man's Michael Bay. But we did have even more with Tiberius Monk with a $5 super chat. Jesse sounded like an NPC in a Fallout game or the Daleks in Doctor Who. I was going
And
a
of
little
course,
Dalek. I was
like
going
Rocky.
for Dalek.
Were you going for Rocky? I was getting some Rocky from you. I wasn't sure.
I was going for different
Actually, Dalek's
different
not
sense
that-
of
Dalek's makes
speech
sense.
patterns. Yeah. And then Talsetti Runner. Did you guys discuss Marathon director leaving? No, John skipped everything.
Yeah, literally, there was like
discuss
5 different things.
I mean,
No, there was like 7
Yeah.
things there, but he skipped them all.
he left. What do you want me to say? The guy left.
Yeah.
Marathon's doing as well as it was doing last week,
No, it's
which is not well.
No, it's actually doing
Yeah.
worse. It's going down like 1,000
Yeah.
people every week. But yeah.
They did announce a full PvE mode in 2 months, 3 months.
Well, they got one now,
mean-
but you don't get to keep the loot.
Uh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
A disappointing. The game was
I
not meant
really
to
want to
carry
like
the company.
Marathon more. I just
Marathon
played it
was
for
not
like
meant
an
to
hour.
carry Bungie. Bungie was they were supposed to be carried by Destiny 2, and Marathon was a side thing. Anorexic.
Look at it this way.
Jesse, do you have a Cylon voice setting?
Cylon? Wait,
What were the Cylons? The Cylons were Battlestar Galactica, right?
I
Yeah,
think so.
they
I don't
Yeah,
remember their
voice.
voice. Maybe
It
you
was
meant
like-
the
Yeah, Battlestar. Holy
Jesus
crap.
Christ. There's Daleks and then the Cybermen. He might have meant Cybermen.
Yeah.
I have not seen BSG. Oh.
Delete.
BSG is worth watching, right? Have
What?
you guys both seen Battlestar? It's
The
worth
new
watching.
show was really good until the 3rd season where they had a writer's strike, and so they just kind of cobbled shit together. Then they had a pretty strong ending.
What was that show with Kratos, Chris Judge, the sci-fi show?
Stargate. Never
Okay.
seen it.
Stargate. Okay, all right.
SG1 was good.
Okay.
The movie or the show?
The show.
Never saw it.
It's good fun.
Yeah, but I liked. I
Still
really
holds
liked first season. Battlestar was good. I think season 2 was pretty good. Starbuck coming back as an angel was always dumb. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
There was some weird writing.
It's written by Ronald D. Moore, and he did DS9, and there was a lot of thematic spiritual stuff in DS9 between, science versus religion, blah, blah, blah. So
Deep Space Nine's still good. Voyager's still good. Next Generation, watch. There are lists for things to watch. Do not watch every episode. Some are very bad. Some are amazing. Yeah.
I can watch it all because I grew up on it. So.
Yeah. If you've got the nostalgia for it, it's all rewatchable. But if you're like the first time, oh my god, this first season is really bad.
I guess
that's
speaking
how
of
TV was.
People being replaced, really sucks for the guy. But Torn Bicep for the lead actor for Kratos in the Prime TV. Did she attack you?
She attacks the cable. No, don't bite the cable, baby. It's okay.
Oh my god, I need to know. It was Ryan, right?
Ryan Hurst.
Ryan Hurst. Yes.
Yeah. Which is also weird because they'd filmed half the season. They'd filmed 4 episodes.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like
man.
he got hurt and they won't wait. So maybe it's a full year recovery,
Dude,
which
Torn
I
Bicep's
understand.
like a 6-7 month
But
recovery
also, like
minimum.
when you've already filmed half of it, now refilming and getting someone new is also
No, but I mean, a show should be able to film in like 4 or 5 months, 6 months, especially if it's all placed in one like season.
not
which
these
kind of
shows
is.
nowadays are little movies, and they take
No,
a
but
long
like
time.
it's mostly post that still is like the year and a half. Filming
Oh,
will
I
still
know, but
finish
yeah,
in,
but also
one
like
summer.
redoing all of that, getting everyone back, doing
Yeah.
everything. Every scene Kratos has to be redone.
I think
that's a lot.
the theory people were doing is just the actor for the kid will obviously age, right? So they kind of gotta just get the ball
Yeah, I
rolling.
get that part, but Man,
really sucks for the guy, man.
Yep.
I really feel bad for him.
yeah. And they're doing they were doing a Horizon animated show, but that got canned, I think. Or
Really?
they weren't sure what the status on it was. Well, all right, next question from Didact. You don't have to say the brew. He's said that many times, but Nick doesn't care. Hello, Nick's friends with No Nick podcast. July in gaming in the past has always been a low month in terms of big game releases, but this year we've had a lot of those. Some were expansions, but also big remakes. Is this the GTA 6 effect? Why don't publishers use this month more for big releases? P.S. Love the transparency from Bethesda about their future. The industry should always be like that. I think it's just a busier and busier time because the amount of time that isn't busy has almost evaporated. You've got December to halfway through January, and then it never stops.
Yeah. That and there is a little bit of staying out of GTA 6's way. But also, I think traditionally July was always a month that people predominantly in the Western hemispheres would be spending outdoors and were considered low sale months. So you didn't want to release them because your game wouldn't be bought. How true that is nowadays, I don't think is necessary. But
You mean like the summer stuff, right?
yeah.
It's definitely not true anymore. I'll tell you that much. It's kids are playing inside, watching friggin' League of Legends, bro.
I do apologize, Hytham. I wasn't sure how to respond to you, to be honest.
Was there a question there from
Well, I
You
think
just
you want to
talking about-
respond to his statement. I will admit I read it and I don't.
He was
I
just
read
asking
it,
like
but
the
I didn't
state
get
of
it.
Xbox strategy as a whole with Asha and them, and
Oh,
I talked about this
in
earlier in the
flux
show.
all the time, constantly changing. Like
Again,
everything.
I do still think they're making the right for what the industry is decisions. We'll see if that pans out, but
They tried to do the thing everyone says they want,
thought they were doing.
but it's actually a tiny little bubble saying they want in the actual consumer base show that most people have no idea what you were trying to do. There's too many games, and the unfortunate reality is when we're in this scenario where there's less and less money being invested, there's the corporate thinking on it would be there are too many people working on games. So their first thought is, okay, we're not getting the investment, let's start firing. And that's what you see what's going on with Xbox, what's going to happen with EA if their shit gets through. It looks like it's getting through the EU. If Saudi even has money anymore, or PIF. The easiest thing to turn is fire people every time. And so Xbox's strategy right now is we fire, we focus, we rehire.
Yeah.
And it'll all shift as market realities shift. And that's the only reality is that nobody ever knows where anything's going. They just don't. Not even the people in charge. The end.
Let's see how the future goes. And at the end of the day, it's very much just wait and see for the vast majority of these things.
You're very
my
zoomed in,
advice,
John. There you go.
Yeah, because
know.
he was with Pumpkin.
Yeah.
My advice, if you can, tune out a bit, play video games, have a good time.
Oh yeah, disconnect from the news outside of us because we don't go crazy.
Yes, outside of us, of course.
Yeah, and just actually have the coverage of games is mostly powered by not games. It's mostly powered by news about potential games. News about potential games is 5,000 times better at getting clicks than coverage of a game when it's about to come out.
All you have to do is just look at the Reset Era thread for a Scalebound announcement or any Scalebound gameplay, and then the Scalebound cancellation.
Or previews versus reviews. Previews can do insane numbers. Reviews almost never do. Because people care about things far away, way more than they do when they're close. Because reality hits, and you're like, I'm not going to be able to play this for 3 months. Can't watch this review. And it's like, yeah, there's too much. The reality is there's an insane amount of unbelievably talented people making games. There's not enough money to pay all of them anymore because companies will look at it. There is money.
Not in America.
There is the money, so don't take it the wrong way. But that money has to go to AI and data centers and all that shit because the return is better. And you can go to other countries and get the same quote unquote work for a lot cheaper. And so that's just what shitty companies are going to do.
I'll be right back again.
Last question. Good old
Never mind.
Collingwood. Subject, I need a hero. So, we lost some heroes this week. We also misplaced Lindsey Graham, or whatever. Sam Neill starred in some of our favorite movies and TV series. I'll stop doing it. Some of our favorite movies and TV series, such as the Jurassic Park franchise, Event Horizon, Hunt for Red October, and others. But Bonnie Tyler was the queen of the power ballad. We all know by karaoke, Total Eclipse of the Heart. Holding on for a hero, though that was the theme of the 80s action hero TV series. So, was there ever a time when you held on for a hero and that hero came?
Interesting question.
Huh. I'm still holding on.
Yeah, I guess I've never really been in a position where I think I needed a hero, or at least not that I know of. So for the
Unlike
most
John,
part,
who's a simp and never thinks of her. His missus, I mean, of course. My Amanda, who's normally over there. I'm just going through life. I was just playing video games and working nonstop, nothing else. I was just holding on. It was sad in the long run. Didn't realize it. I was like, this is my life. And then I on a whim, I built a gaming PC. And on a whim, I bought World of Warcraft because I had heard about it. And on a whim, it recommended a server called Eldre Thalas. A server that she chose to play on because she liked the name. She thought it sounded pretty. And then one day I was just standing in Stormwind, and her and her guild were there recruiting for Molten Core.
Too, then.
Yeah, we were both Alliance. I had just gotten the tune for Molten Core for fun. I wasn't a raider. Man. I just did this quest chain's cool. I'm going to do all this thing. And a day later,
long as hell question.
Her guild's in there just recruiting. Hey, are you tuned for Molten Core? Let's go. I was like, okay. The rest is history.
Oh,
it was all a bunch of whims.
That's so cool.
Like it was, I'm going to build a PC. Same for her, going to build a PC. Okay, your World of Warcraft. Her deciding World of Warcraft or EverQuest. Yeah, the World of Warcraft looks prettier. What server? Random. Like all that type of shit was all just random luck. And then we were just friends for a couple years. We played together for like 6 months to a year before she had to quit because of kids. And then she found and friended me on MySpace, which I never used. So we barely talked. And then she found and friended me on Facebook. And she pursued me.
Nice.
Which most people wouldn't think to have for a guy looking like me to have the pretty lady chase him down. But that's it. And for that, I say
that was
for Amanda,
adorable.
who is not here. I'm looking at her empty chair.
She can listen back to it, and you can earn your brownie points later.
She never watches anything we do.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding.
I have to say though the deaths have started to hit me pretty hard.
Yeah.
Sam Neill was a formative part of my childhood. 1993 Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Event Horizon when I was a little bit older. You know, he's been in some incredible movies, and it's like, whoa, you're coming from my childhood now. What's next? Right, Harrison Ford? Like, you're gonna do that to me? I don't know if I can handle it. That's all I'm saying.
And
He's
Sam
in his
Neill's
mid-80s,
such a good
though.
actor. You know the one that's
he
going
had
to
just
get me?
beaten blood cancer, I believe, too.
Yeah. You know
really rare.
what's going to get me, John? Probably you too, man. It's friggin' Keith David, man. And he's getting up there in age, too.
Yeah, I don't like it.
The one that really... Usually I'm not affected much by celebrity death. In fact, most of the time I'm not. But the one that really got me, man, really bad, was Chester Bennington. Bennington.
Yeah.
That one really... because... man...
And it wasn't that much longer for Chris Cornell. If we want to go out on a little bit of good news, thanks to John's native London looking for extradition, the Tate brothers, Andrew and Tristan Tate, were just arrested in Miami.
Hey!
On
Nice.
I'm just going to say the words, rape and sex trafficking charges for extradition to the UK. So there you have it.
Good.
Wow. Okay.
It's positive news in the sense that people that should be punished are being punished, or they should be, ideally. Well,
Potentially facing punishment. They are not technically yet being punished.
Yes, fair enough.
Yeah,
And hey,
fair-
hopefully...
Here's a
trial.
question. I want to end on a good note.
All right.
Another good note.
Chat, brace, get on your keyboards. I want to read it. of the 10 levels in the original Halo campaign, when we do our review roundtable, the plan is to play 4-player co-op, and I will edit the video to look like traditional CRT split screen that we used to play when we were kids. Each will have a camera of the person there, and you'll be able to hear our comms and our audio and see our synced up gameplay. But the question I'm asking you, and just put them in the chat, I want to hear the suggestions. What level do you want to see us play through?
Because depending on how long the discourse goes, we might have a few levels. Like if we could really get into talking and do like 45 minutes, so it's probably more than one. Just let us know.
I'm keeping an eye on the chat. Aarsal says the more.
No.
100%. I mean, come on, that's no brainer, right? One of the most iconic levels of video game history. Like, pull up.
People could also say if they really want one of the new levels.
Yeah, I was going to avoid doing them because I don't think people want to be spoiled.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I mean, it's literally a spoiler discussion of the game, so who cares?
Yes, it is a
spoiler. It is a spoiler roundtable, so yes, the level being spoiled.
The library.
Yeah,
is it a troll?
I mean, it's a remake.
I like OG library.
Yeah.
So do I. The achievement was impossible to get, though. Holy crap.
You almost swore that would have been really funny. You said holy... You went holy...
I'm not going to swear for the library, okay? But yeah, no, library is... that's one level I hope they've fixed things a fair bit. Halo Installation 08 had a pretty nice interview with a couple of guys from Halo Studios. If you're interested, Chad, you should check that out too. Really cool guy too.
Okay, well, a lot of people not on their keyboards.
Yeah, definitely not.
3 different answers, but that's
a lot of fapping.
A lot of fapping going on. Understandable.
When Aarsal's here.
Yeah. With that, we'll wrap the show up. But it's been lovely hanging out with everyone, and thank you to Aarsal for joining us once again.
Always love being on
incredibly late notice because of John's love of planning.
Yep,
it worked out well.
Very much. Yeah,
I was free anyways, and I got to rant. I love being able to rant. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for putting up with me.
It's all right. It's all right. It's always a pleasure. We'll be back on Tuesday. In fact, I won't be, but these two will be because I'm going to a game event in London.
Yes.
For headlines. So
fancy. London, England. Sorry, that was a joke.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to go see. Apollonius117 in the chat. Two Betrayals, my favourite of all the levels. Good choice.
In the original, no one else say anything about the new one.
Yes.
Don't yell at us.
I'm talking about the original.
343.
We're not lucky enough to be able to just post content like some million user TikTok fellows.
That's the flood level, right? 343 Guilty Spark. Yeah, it is. That's also one I obviously want to see. Yeah.
Shh, there might be people that have never played Halo.
By the way,
before
you guys, you realize the podcast is approaching episode 343 soon, eh?
Mm-hmm.
You should consider trying to line up a Halo guest for that episode.
Nope.
We
don't really do now. When we hit episode
no. But 343 is still associated with Halo.
We should
it's still
get
known as Halo.
Chakwas himself on if we can find him out.
That'd be amazing.
I mean, the actual one that's out somewhere in the far distant future.
Fair enough.
From the last book with Ryan Forge.
Surely, though, it's something that'd be pretty cool.
It would. Lots of things would be pretty cool, but timing is.
He had a cool Forerunner construct body. He probably looked pretty cool on stream.
Yes. Sound cool too.
But anyways, bye everyone. See you next time.
Bye bye.
Thanks for watching.
Ciao for now.